Check, check, 1-2.
Weights have been lifted. Sprints have been run. Preparation for today's game is history. It's time to get it done. You're listening on MichiganSportsRadio.com.
The winter sports season continues as we're now into 2024. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. Happy New Year, and welcome back to the winter sports season. Believe it or not, our first basketball district games are just 7.5 weeks away. Let's take you through the rest of the hoop schedule so you know what to expect. And remember, this year the boys' finals will be played first, followed by the girls' finals. Boys districts will tip off February 26th, with district finals on March 1st. District assignments are already set, and the draw will be posted on February 18th. The regional round will be played March 5th and 7th, with the quarterfinals on Tuesday, March 12th. The Breslin Center in East Lansing will once again play host to the semifinal and final rounds. The semis are March 14th and 15th, with the finals on Saturday, March 16th. All quarterfinal and semifinal action will be streamed live on the NFHS network, and all 4 finals will air live on Bally Sports Detroit. Munising, Flint Beecher, Ferndale, and Cass Tech will all be looking to repeat as champions. On the girls' side, everything is 1 week later. So that means district play starts March 4th, regional play starts March 11th. The quarters are March 19th, and the semifinals and finals are March 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, also at the Breslin Center. Glen Lake, Hemlock, Lansing Catholic, and Rockford are your defending champs. In addition to the NFHS Network and Bally Sports Detroit, all semifinal and final games for both the boys and girls will also be available on the MHSAA Championship Radio Network. For scores, schedules, pairings, and more, be sure to check out MHSAA.com. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from over the break. First, Ludington's David Schillinger. He poured in 34 points in a 12-point win over Montague. In doing so, Schillinger becomes Ludington's all-time leading scorer, surpassing Mike Larson. Ortonville Brandon's Riley Abner also broke a school scoring mark. She went into the break with 1,176 points, more than any other hooper, boy or girl, has ever scored for the Blackhawks. And despite dropping a game to Buckley, Benzie Central's Jackson Childers won over 1,000 career points.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the field. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Yep, nearly 80% of students who fill out the FAFSA may be eligible. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with the MHSAA's Director of Officiating Services, Sam Davis.
A rule change in high school basketball means there will no longer be 1-and-1 free throws, and team fouls now reset after each quarter, not at the half. Here's how it works. A team will reach the bonus in each quarter once their opponent has committed 5 fouls. That means teams will shoot 2 free throws for all common fouls after the 4th team foul in a quarter. Previously, teams weren't in the bonus until the 7th team foul, and then shot 1-and-1 free throws until the 10th team foul of a half or double bonus was reached. A foul on a 3-point attempt will result in 3 free throws for the shooter and still counts as a team foul.
Thanks, Sam. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, go to the MHSAA website now to register. 7 other winter sports will see their postseason start in February. The ski finals for both boys and girls are February 26th. Team wrestling finals will be February 23rd and 24th in Kalamazoo, with the individual finals March 1st and 2nd at Ford Field. Bowling regionals are February 23rd and 24th, with the finals on March 1st and 2nd, and that's the same weekend as the competitive cheer finals, which will be back at McGurk Arena in Mount Pleasant. The gymnastic finals are March 8th and 9th. The ice hockey finals and Lower Peninsula boys swimming and diving finals are also that weekend. The UP swim and dive finals are on February 17th. Information for all of these tournaments and how to get tickets and more can be found at MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll be back next week.
With their intensity, what a move by Wade to the corner. DeYoung, another one! DeBoer regathers, takes it to the front of the net, and skies one behind Louiselle, and scores! 2-1 Grandville. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Breslin Center and game night on Michigan Sports Radio. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here. Bob's Ragnaris drives, jams thunderously with two hands again. Cam Ragnaris, he's got 10. Bobo skips the right corner to Watson. Catch and shoot three. Splash! Muskegon has taken the lead, 47-46. Justin Watson, another triple. He has 9. 138 in the third, and a big red lead. By Baker, they'll fling it to Steffen. Aldering to the basket. Merritt Aldering cocks it back, jams it. Timeout, Covenant Christian. And hello everyone, and welcome to game night here on Michigan Sports Radio. And welcome to MGN Radio Plus coverage of the first of, I guess you could call it a Tuesday night doubleheader, being played on a Wednesday instead after the weather yesterday. Grandville and West Ottawa here tonight. My name is Nate Dreyer. I'll be joined by Chandler Timmer a little bit later on in the evening. He'll be here for the second half of the doubleheader as the West Ottawa boys and girls get ready to do battle. I welcome you inside. And of course, thanks to Centennial Securities and Farmers Insurance for presenting game night on Michigan Sports Radio. And also, we welcome you into our new kind of broadcast package here with our Radio Plus Game Center coverage. Now including stats on screen, new graphics that you can work through, obviously the In the Booth cam that you also can check out what's going on in the booth with CT and myself. So all of that here tonight, and excited to be able to break that out, and you can just see some of the features, the interactive scoreboard, for example, Grandville making a three here, stats on screen, and much more. It's the next level, and again, what we're calling our MGN Radio Plus coverage here on game night. But a big doubleheader tonight. West Ottawa girls and the Grandville girls start off our night 1-4. The Bulldogs 4-2. The Panthers, and of course, West Ottawa, and head coach Paul Chapman, led by Gabby Reynolds, the George Washington University commit with this Grandville team under first year Mike Van Hecken. A really tough loss in overtime to Jenison last time out. They certainly will be looking to bounce back a little bit after that last loss, and a lot of storylines certainly go into it. The way that they're playing, the way that both of these teams very defensively and really slower paces as well will kind of match up with each other quite a bit as we work our way through the night. So we've got a lot to get to here this evening for sure on our Centennial Securities pregame show. Boys game also will follow. And again, something new in the OK Red, where it's being tried out first this year. The doubleheader is also being played on Tuesday night. So throughout this season, we're going to have girls coverage starting at 5 o'clock on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. And then we'll follow that up with the boys coverage to follow, kind of like what we do, but in reverse on Friday night. Speaking of Friday night, game night on Michigan Sports Radio, we were going to be at Zeeland East versus Zeeland West. By the way, Grandville and Rockford, that doubleheader, Brock Conco will have coverage of it. Both of those games were supposed to be on Friday night. Instead, they both, with the impending weather coming in Friday night, have been moved up to tomorrow. So we will have video coverage of the triple header, girls basketball, unified basketball, along with the boys game tomorrow in the Bird Bowl on the hardwood. Zeeland East and Zeeland West, we start at 5 o'clock. Video coverage from Zeeland for that one. Also video coverage from Rockford as the Bulldogs, first on the girls' side, travel to take on the top team in the state of Michigan, and then a what's going to be an incredible battle between the Bulldog and the Ram boys. Actually, the one to start out the evening at Rockford. It's their annual Hoops for Haiti event there as well. So that'll be a big contest both on Michigan Sports Radio. A lot of other big matchups, including Hudsonville versus East Kentwood. Whenever they wind up playing those matchups, will also be on Michigan Sports Radio. So check that out. I've been working on some different recap and preview articles as well through Michigan Sports Radio to help on Monday mornings, then actually I should say Sundays, along with then on Tuesday and Friday on game day to preview and to look back at the game. So make sure you check out those articles on MichiganSportsRadio.com. All right, we've got a lot to get to. JV boys game wrapping up 45-29. West Ottawa JV boys looking to win that one. When we come back, let's start breaking this one down. West Ottawa and Grandville on the girls' side. Really top-level players, an experienced team for West Ottawa versus some experience for sure for Grandville, but a first-year coaching staff, a new system, some new things that we're starting to see all brought into the fold. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here and continue on our Centennial Securities pregame show from West Ottawa. Doubleheader here tonight. It's a Tuesday night doubleheader on a Wednesday as we get the second contest of the OK Red season underway here on Game Night.
We are Centennial Securities,
an independent firm with a team of committed professionals
who strive to exceed our clients' expectations by giving outstanding service.
We're proud to be part of our community where we live and work.
You can feel confident choosing Farmers, which means a black cat doesn't always spell bad news.
What about a gang of them?
Actually, a group of cats is called a clouder. Isn't that right, tough guy?
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
MGN, here's the drive. I am Chandler T.
Oh, wow.
We're going to leave this in.
All right.
This is staying in the show. He is Chandler Timmer. I am Nate Dreyer. This is what happens when you work together for 6 years. The names are one.
We're just one, yeah.
Chandler Timmer, Nate Dreyer. Chandler Timmer, Nate Dreyer. Michigan Game Night, Tailgate Report. We clearly have to stop talking. I do at least. I will see you all. I see you too. Friday night, Grandville, Wyoming. I think 6:30 we're on the air for that. Goodbye.
You like cartoons? This has our logo on the front, on the back. The Bulldogs, the biggest games, the best teams. That's our tagline because we do all of that, even though it makes some people mad.
So I'm glad to see that after Tuckus came and went, that. Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
That things are still on track there. God. Jennison. Things that stand out. Davison is going to kick everyone's. Bleep that. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. And he has returned. He's still on the beach. We've been bugging him about it all week long, but Chandler Timmer joins me here on the Bates Agency pregame show. CT, you seem to be doing better than the rest of us.
Yeah, I know it's pretty nice down here. I kind of like covering basketball this way.
I'm sure you do.
Continue looking at this moving forward.
I can't blame you one bit. All right.
Let's talk a little bit more about Forest Hill Central because when you... Waylon Haney just hit a half-court buzzer beater to win the game. At the buzzer, the JV game. Grandville wins 55-52.
Yeah, rather than just always relying on one player.
Yeah, Scott Bates Agency pregame show continues here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. CT, I think the next thing that you have to mention most notably in this contest is break me every time still. Every single time that happens, it gets me. The winners still go to the Heartland student section last year at the Breslin Center. Those guys win every time. Season. And we'll wrap up our broadcast with the Heinz Orthodontics smile of the game. Grown at that point guard position. Tough backcourt in general. Getting to some of those other pieces that we have out there. After 3 years, it finally almost came down on me. Good catch. I don't know what kid caught that, but that was a good catch. But regardless, a tough back.
Do you have any comments on the Trolls?
No. I mean, I'm with you.
You're friends with the Trolls? You are a troll?
Well, I have troll tendencies potentially when it comes to egging you on, I guess. But
your flight's at 5, or your?
Yeah, the flight out of Panama City is like at 5, and we don't get home till like midnight. So
that sucks. So you're actually, that was a lie. You're not going to be tuning in.
Yeah, no. If I'm at the airport at that time, I will be. But I'm likely missing most of it.
Okay.
We are Centennial Securities,
an independent firm with a team of committed professionals
who strive to exceed our clients' expectations by giving outstanding service.
We're proud to be part of our community where we live and work.
Upgrade to Music Jams Premium to get uninterrupted listening on all your favorite tunes. Click here to start your 7-day free trial.
If it's important, it's not worth compromising. Which is why with Farmers, you don't have to compromise quality to get great savings on your insurance. I got this.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, welcome back here to West Ottawa. Nate Dreyer with you here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Centennial Securities pregame show rolls on. Getting my thoughts together as just as I'm about to go back on air, all of a sudden it comes across my phone that Nick Saban just retired. So immediately talking points changed a little bit in your head, and getting that sort of big breaking news from the world of the rest of sports. So if I just broke that to you, Nick Saban has retired from Alabama. Into this game, though, speaking of a coach that we've seen kind of toy with retirement in the past a little bit, has come back with a really, really good team this year. Paul Chapman for West Ottawa, and everything with this Panther girls squad that's going to tip off at about 5:30 or so starts with Gabby Reynolds, the 5'9" senior guard, two-time All-State point guard, committed to George Washington University. This is a slow, grinding, defensive-first offense or system, I should say, that West Ottawa brings to the table. And Reynolds certainly is a big part of that. Coach Chapman is certainly willing to let his standout senior guard take 20, 25 on some night shots and really control the basketball and hold the basketball all night long. It's a big part of what this attack traditionally brings. And if you're going to find a way to beat the Panthers, you're going to have to start by finding a way to slow down Gabby Reynolds. We have a final, by the way, in the JV contest, 56-36. The West Ottawa JV boys win. So warm-up's about to just start on the girls' side to get our evening underway. So again, Gabby Reynolds at the core, of course, of everything you're going to be looking to solve if you're the Bulldogs in Grandville. First-year head coach Mike Van Hecken. Last time out, first time on Game Night. We saw the Grandville girls this year, 45-44 in overtime loss to Jenison, a back-and-forth game against a Jenison team that's very battle-tested. Of course, won the district championship and became the first team in nearly a decade to beat Hudsonville in the district championship. Certainly last year, and this is a Grandville team going up against that Jenison team that it was a little bit of a different looking approach. Coach Van Hecken comes from a very rich, history himself in coaching basketball, but especially his family as well, and in particular looking at girls basketball, some of what that family's done. And I think what you saw with the system was some full court pressing and trapping and slowing the game down and slopping the game up and getting into a rhythm that the Grandville girls wanted to be at against Jenison, and certainly kind of a game of possession by possession. They wound up just losing that game down the stretch, but the team found a little bit of the groove, and I think we know what that groove wants to be. It's the 2-2-1 trap in the full court, or at least the three-quarter court. It's some of the different mixing defensive looks as well, and we talk about how Gabby Reynolds, it'll run through that senior guard for West Ottawa. It's the Grandville senior guard, Gracie Rakowski, that things are going to run through offensively. 10 points for Gracie against Jenison for the Walsh University commit. And she started out slow, missed a lot of shots, was able to start creating for others, hit some shots late down the stretch that certainly wound up being big for the Bulldogs. So Rakowski on the ball for the Bulldogs, Reynolds on the ball for the Panthers. Granville, again, first-year head coach coming in with Coach Van Hecken and some new pieces to this team, but they do have a lot of experience. I mean, you then have to, of course, go and take a look at Tessa Gregoire, the senior wing, who really started out that Jenison game on an absolute fire, had 6 points in like the first 30 seconds of that ball game. Went kind of quiet after that. Certainly look at Gregor on the wing and at the 4, depending on where she lines up, being a really critical part of the defensive attack, but especially offensively helping stretch the floor for Grandville. They're going to have to hit some shots offensively. It's going to be a slow possession-by-possession type grind. We'll get into that a little bit later on in the Centennial Securities pregame show as well, because this is a West Ottawa team that is certainly willing to slow things down, give you a lot of different defensive looks. And for the Bulldogs, the same thing to some extent. They've played some half-court defensive looks. They have their three-quarter court traps and so forth that Coach Van Hecken's willing to throw at you. And you look at West Ottawa, they're scoring 49.5 points per game on the season. They're giving up just 33, so an excellent, slow, efficient defensive team. Grandville, 47.4 points per game on the year. They're giving up. They're scoring 45, so they're right in that same range. In Grandville, even though they're 1-4 on the year, they started the year by beating a reigning state semifinalist in Hart, who went to the Breslin Center Division III last year. 4 losses to follow, but certainly the tough one last time out for Grandville, starting to find a little bit of their rhythm. All right, warm-up's underway. A lot more to break down still. Don't go anywhere. We're right back here on our Centennial Securities pregame show.
The 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas, the point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Hey everyone, Nate from Michigan Game Night. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the MGN shop. You can find it through MichiganGameNight.com or the Michigan Game Night page on Michigan Sports Radio. Click on the Buy MGN Merch button or tab on either page and find your way on over. You can check out a store that has hats, beanies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, water bottles, and everything in between, from just simple MGN logo designs to playoff featured designs, designs with famous calls and moments from MGN, and much, much more. Make sure you check out the MGN shop through MichiganGameNight.com or MichiganSportsRadio.com/MGN.
Can you identify your number 1 personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relations skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage. Have you recently collided with a deer or been caught in an unfortunate accident? Don't worry, Car Center Collision and Glass is your trusted partner to bring your vehicle back to life. With convenient branches in Cedar Springs, Burton Heights, Alpine, and Big Rapids, we're right around the corner to provide expert assistance. From collision repairs to mechanical fixes, we're your one-stop solution for all your car needs. Check us out at carcentermi.com.
All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer with you here on the Centennial Securities pregame show on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio here, MichiganGameNight.com. And also, as always, also being simulcasted live onto the MI Game Night YouTube page. It's MGN Radio Plus coverage. Again, if you're just checking in, we've updated some of our streaming software and different things for our radio broadcast to match some of what we've been doing with video the last couple of weeks, and have added a couple features. Scoreboard interactive with time as well as graphics built in, and then also very notably going to work on having some stats up on screen as well from some of the key players and key positions and so forth from each team. It'll kind of be a little bit of an evolving thing as we figure out the best way to have it, but our new look here at the Radio Plus Game Center here on Game Day Plus, we've got the In the Booth cam. Hello to everyone out there as you can take a look at us. I'm here for the first game. Chandler Timmer will join me a little bit later on. He'll be here for the boys contest that wraps up our doubleheader tonight. A one-night postponed and Tuesday night doubleheader being played on a Wednesday. Of course, packed schedule, very compact. Also, for us, game night back on air tomorrow night. We're going to be at Zeeland for Zeeland East, Zeeland West. Triple header there. Girls basketball, unified basketball, and then the boys game to close the night. Grandville Rockford also playing Thursday night, also on Michigan Sports Radio. Brock Conkle will have video coverage from Rockford for that, so make sure you check out both of those contests, both on MGN along with on Michigan Sports Radio, and plus much more on Michigan Sports Radio. I've been helping out, putting on out some articles and so forth as well. Make sure you check those out on the Michigan Sports Radio page throughout the week to kind of preview and look back at some of the big matchups as we work our way through the conference season, which is now getting well underway here in West Michigan. Continuing through our talking points on the girls' side as we're about 12 minutes away or so from tip-off between Coach Chapman and Coach Van Hecken's teams. I mean, very long-time basketball stalwarts in this area, for certain, especially kind of this Holland area between the two of them. Coach Chapman was a standout coach at Holland, most recently coached the Demetrius Lake boys teams there a few years ago, and then Mike Van Hecken was a standout basketball player at Holland and later at Hope College as well. Bulldogs 1-4 on the year, Panthers 4-2 on the year coming into this one. We talked a lot about Gabby Reynolds, Gracie Rakowski, that backcourt point guard battle. So much. Talked about Gregor on the wing for the Bulldogs. How about Magali Lemus, the 6'1 junior, elite rim protector, great top-level volleyball player as well. When it comes to this West Ottawa team, they return every starter from last year's squad. They are terrific defensively. You mentioned that, just giving up 33 points per game on the season. But you've got a great post protector and then a great protector at the rim, and then a team that switches up their defense. I mean, you'll see everything from a little 1-3-1. They'll run some other matchup zone looks. They'll go man-to-man. Coach Chapman really is willing to slow the pace of the basketball game and do a lot of different things. And that idea of pace and that idea of what exactly does this game look like in that regard, I think is really what we're going to be keeping our eye on in this game. Grandville going to love to go to some three-quarter court trapping pressure, a lot out of the 2-2-1 trap that forces you to make an extra pass or two, maybe get your offense out of rhythm before they settle into the half court, either in a man-to-man or various different kind of matchup-y zone type looks that Coach Van Hecken uses. And like I said, for West Ottawa, slow pace for this team with Gabby Reynolds doing a lot of the work offensively, helping create, and certainly often always creates, the two-time All-State point guard on her way to George Washington University next year, the first ever girls women's basketball player to sign at the D1 level out of West Ottawa. In the history of this school is Reynolds, but then good shooters around, so they've got a grinding offense. You look at Overbeek and Pedersen, long time, 3-4 year type starters with this team that can certainly shoot the basketball, and then defensively they mix it up. So both teams will mix things up defensively. Both things will focus on the defensive end of the floor, and that's what we are certainly going to have an eye on, is slower pace. Defense is going to be key in mixing things up on the hole. We are expecting Reynolds to start alongside Addie Skolton, the junior wing. They've been playing Anaya Payne as well, the senior wing. In and out of the starting lineup is kind of getting even minutes, but Skolton started a year ago. Overbeek, the 5'5 senior, terrific shooter at shooting guard. Brooke Pedersen will start at kind of the wing or the 5'10 senior. Really, really strong athlete as Pedersen shoots the ball well as well. So once again, that same thing. Slashing, creating for Gabby Reynolds, kicking out, and having options to shoot the basketball with Pedersen, Overbeek, Lemus in the post, and a couple other options as well off the bench for a team that with the slower pace doesn't go overly deep into their bench. Grandville, we saw Richardson, Rakowski, dynamic backcourt duo start last time. Up front, the Bulldogs using Tessa Gregoire. We saw Mia DeVries and a few other options mixed around in there. Dowett and Perez coming off the bench at guard. Seen a little bit of Cucci potentially as well in some previous games. Really like to play Isabel Kincannon last time out against Jennison off the bench for the Bulldogs, playing the 3 and the 4, the junior. Great hustle play, knocked down some shots, really good on the defensive end of the floor as well. All really critical to what Grandville is able to bring to the table. So maybe a little bit more depth on the whole for this Grandville team versus what West Ottawa has, and I think that then plays into the pace. Does Grandville maybe go to some more of those full court options that they have offensively and defensively, push the pace, try to maybe force the Panthers to have to go a little bit deeper into their bench than what the West Ottawa side normally and typically is going to do. We got a lot more still to get to. Don't go anywhere. We're right back in our Centennial Securities pregame show.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Michigan hearing experts sell and service several brands of hearing aids. Are you having trouble having a conversation or unable to hear the latest play of the game? We perform comprehensive hearing exams and use real ear measurements to ensure optimal functioning hearing aids for your unique needs. Our highly trained doctors of audiology are dedicated to helping you reconnect with your world. Visit MichiganHearingExperts.com to find a location near you and take the first step towards better hearing with Michigan Hearing Expert.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at grshof.com.
The 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas, the point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Hey everyone, Nate from Michigan Game Night. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the MGN shop. You can find it through MichiganGameNight.com or the Michigan Game Night page on Michigan Sports Radio. Click on the Buy MGN Merch button or tab on either page and find your way on over. You can check out a store that has hats, beanies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, water bottles, and everything in between, from just simple MGN logo designs to playoff featured designs, designs with famous calls and moments from MGN, and much, much more. Make sure you check out the MGN shop through MichiganGameNight.com or MichiganSportsRadio.com/MGN.
Can you identify your number one personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer, MGN Radio Plus coverage here tonight on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Doubleheader. About 4 minutes from tipping things off on the girls' side. First here from West Ottawa. CT will join me a little bit later on tonight. He'll be here for the boys' game. One night delayed and debuting things here with a little bit of upgraded look on our MGN Radio Plus coverage this evening. Starting lineups tonight, we'll hear them from the PA as well after the national anthem. But lineups this evening that you can be able to take a look at for West Ottawa. They will be starting the 5'9" senior guard Gabby Reynolds in the backcourt. A little bit of a different look in the backcourt. They've had some experienced players with Skolton and Payne, part of last year's team, that have been starting. They go with someone that was not a part of this team a year ago. The freshman Jayla Means, very, very talented young player, starts in the backcourt alongside Gabby Reynolds. So Reynolds and Means in the backcourt for Coach Chapman. Also on the wing in the backcourt, Chelsea Overbeek. And then up front, the senior Brooke Pedersen and the junior Magali Lemus get the start for West Ottawa. For the Bulldogs, Grace Richardson, the junior, starts in the backcourt alongside the 5'5" senior guard Gracie Rakowski, the Walsh University commit, who had 10 points last time out in the overtime tough loss to Jennison. Up front, the Bulldogs again go with quite a bit of size. Tessa Gregor, the 5'9" senior, starts on the wing. Ding Garang, the 6'2" senior, starts at forward. And then Mia DeVries, the junior at 6 foot, starts at center. So the Bulldogs going with a lot of size up front for Coach Van Hecken, trying to match what Lemus and Pedersen bring to the table with some pretty decent size of their own to the Panthers. And what we're expecting again to be a game with a lot of different zones, a lot of different looks, and a little bit slower pace in general utilized in this contest here tonight. About 2 minutes away from tip-off, both teams working their way through some of their different drills right now. The Bulldogs working on a little bit of a matchup, kind of 3-2 swinging zone drill in their pregame, so maybe showing a bit of where things might be going offensively for the Bulldogs. Again, Grandville 1-4 on the year. They did drop their first game in conference play in overtime to Jennison last time out. The Dogs have now lost 4 in a row. West Ottawa 4-2 on the season. They also are 0-1 within conference play. Of course, the OK Red is quite possibly the premier basketball conference in girls basketball in the state of Michigan. I mean, you've got the best team probably in the state of Michigan, Rockford, and then the talent of East Kentwood and Hudsonville, the recent state champion. And so much depth there. And, you know, this West Ottawa team fitting that as well. It was a 49-46 three-point loss to East Kentwood last time out for the Panther girls. So they're looking to get their first win of the conference season here tonight in their second game of the conference season. Unique night as well, unique week, I should say, as well, when you think of what Grandville is going to have to endure. Don't quite know what the schedule yet is going to be for West Ottawa. They may have to endure the same thing with all these games getting pushed, including Grandville's contest, to tomorrow. With the weather coming in Friday, Grandville have to travel to Rockford tomorrow night. So for that very reason, you have to kind of wonder, it's going to be a tough stretch back-to-back, and playing West Ottawa than Rockford on the girls' side in particular, a real struggle. But you've got back-to-back games. How are the Bulldogs and both the boys and the girls going to be able to respond to that? Will West Ottawa have to deal with, we can expect them to have to deal with possibly the same sort of thing as well. Haven't quite seen official word on the schedule. All right, both teams back to their benches. National anthem is just about on deck. We will hand it over to the PA for the anthem and for the starting lineups. Thanks for tuning into the Centennial Securities pregame show here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio from West Ottawa. We will get it on down. Also, thank you to Farmers Insurance along with Centennial Securities. They present Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. We are so fortunate for all they do to help keep us on the air. Okay, Red doubleheader right on deck. Let's head on down to the PA.
Welcome to today's contest between the Grandville Bulldogs and your West Ottawa Panthers. The opening conference serves to promote character development through education on life. The opening conference offers the game, I want to draw your attention to our officials for tonight's game. The opportunity to play this game is only made possible by their commitment to high school sports and our student athletes. We appreciate their efforts and they deserve our respect. Let's give our officials a round of applause. Thank you. Now will you please rise for the playing of our national anthem. And now for our starting lineups. First, the Bulldogs of Grandville. Number 2, Grace Richardson. Number 3, Gracie Rakowski. Number 20, Dayton Moray. Number 24, Tessa Grayworth. Number 44, Amelia Reese. Now starting lineup for West Ottawa Panthers. Number 3, Gabby Reynolds. Number 10, Ayla Means. Number 20, Kelsey Morby. Number 22, Brooke Pedersen. Number 33, Manana Lane. Five officials from Red Hall, Mr. Kurt Heisler, and Mr. Joe Stein.
All right, here we go. Got the lineups in the books. Nate Dreyer with you for the first contest here tonight. Chandler Timmer set to join me for the boys' game a little bit later on this evening. Tuesday night doubleheader. Grandville in the traveling maroon uniforms. Numbers in white, trimmed in gray. White and gray trimming down the side. West Ottawa in the home whites. Numbers in black, gray and white trimming down the side. The Panthers go left to right across your radio dial. The Bulldogs right to left. Garang tips it on forward. Gets bottled around. Lemus takes the basketball. And West Ottawa takes the first possession of the push pass. Left corner on Overbeek. Overbeek drives free throw line into the lane. Push shot with the right hand. Rattles out. And stepping on the end line out of bounds, securing the rebound, Pedersen will turn possession back over to the Bulldogs. 7:47 to go in the first quarter. Panthers show a bit of 2-2-1 full court trapping pressure. Far side going right to left. Richardson dump pass over the timeline to Gregor. The right hand dribble around a screen to the wing. Gregor sets it up with a crossover move. Up top, standing on the in the West Ottawa logo, Richardson. Right corner on to Gregor. Gregor around a Grang, screen to the free throw line. Pass is tipped up, stolen away by Lemus. Outlet pass all the way down the floor to a running to the basket Reynolds. Two-hand shot, forcing it up through some contact from Rakowski is no good and strong off the window, but it will send Gabby Reynolds to the line for the first time tonight. She'll look to get some points on the board. First foul on the Bulldogs, first foul on Rakowski. Reynolds able to convert the first at the line. One more here for the senior. Offsets the right foot just in front of the left. Right hand free throw, too strong. Leaping rebound down to Gregor and the Bulldogs. Over the timeline, Rakowski up the middle of the floor, stutter step drive to the basket, right hand rolling shot, no good. Garang, two-hand put back, rolls strong. Rebound, knocked out of bounds and last touched out of bounds by the Bulldogs. Actually, there's going to be a foul call on the fight for the rebound that also is going to go against the Dogs right here. That'll be their second, and it's also the second that's going to be called on Rakowski. So Rakowski has to take a seat right away. Dallett will take her place. Left to right across the radio. Dial West Ottawa in the home white uniforms will set up the 2-2-1 press. They break it all the way right corner to Overbeek. Tic-tac-toe pass. Left block to Means. The freshman pulls it out behind the arc. Hands it over there for Reynolds. Right wing on to Overbeek. Overbeek. Catch and shoot three. Too strong. Good rebound. A rip down by Gregor. And Gregor will take it as the pressure pulls out right to left over the timeline for the Bulldogs. On to Richardson to run the offense. The Bulldog junior throws left corner to Dallett. Had a really good game, including a massive three late in that contest against Jennison. Worked around right corner to Gregor, putting the moves on. Tipped out of bounds on the reaching poke from Reynolds. It'll stay right corner with the Bulldogs. 6:42 to go first quarter. 1-0 West Ottawa. Right side inbound for the Bulldogs and Dallett. Fakes it once, then lobs it up to Richardson, working the pivot foot, able to settle down the basketball. Richardson handoff for Gregor. Gregor poked by Reynolds, who's drawing that defensive matchup. Screen from DeVries. Into the left wing. Gregor skips it on to DeVries with a rolling pass that evades. DeVries finds its way out of bounds around the half-court line, and West Ottawa will take over once again. Bulldogs are going to bring Isabel Concannon, the junior forward, in off the bench here for Gregor. 6:27 to go in the first. 1-0. The lone point, Gabby Reynolds at the line. She's 1 of 1 in this contest, or 1 for 2, I should say, in this contest at the line. Throws it all the way across the floor against the zone pressure on to Overbeek. Stutter step into a mid-range jumper. Misses everything strong. Scrum on the floor, fighting for the rebound. First there is Overbeek, tied up by the Bulldogs. They're going to be able to secure possession. The Panthers are, though, with Overbeek. Coach Chapman then calls a timeout with 6:10 to go. He'll take a quick 30-second timeout to secure that possession off the fight for the basketball. 6:10 to go in the first. 1-0 West Ottawa. Panthers off their first timeout, set to get the basketball back right here. 2 fouls on the Bulldogs. No fouls on West Ottawa yet to this point. So both huddles will break out. We'll get back underway. Thanks, as always, to Centennial Securities, Farmers Insurance. See them rotating just above my head on our in-the-booth look here on our Radio Plus Game Center coverage. Also, make sure you check out the MGN shop. Also, information right there as part of that scroll. Baseline left, inbound. The senior Brooke Pedersen will throw in for the Panthers in the home white uniforms. Pedersen, 2 hands on the ball, lobs it free throw line to Reynolds. Defended here by Richardson. Takes the body, turning inside. Long 8-foot jumper, rattles out strong. Rebound ripped down by the Bulldogs and Concannon. Leaves it on to DeVries, who's able to tip the pass to the right side onto Richardson. Through the trap, Richardson throws one that's batted to center floor. Taken by DeVries. DeVries with 2 hands, whips it over, and it evades out of bounds the outstretched arms of Richardson. And the pressure causing havoc for the Bulldogs. They turn it over again. Left to right, it'll be West Ottawa starting up. The Bulldogs will fall back into some half-court defensive pressure right here. 5:51 and less to go in the first. 1-0. The lone point going to Reynolds. The standout 2-time All-State senior's got it. Pull-up shot from behind the free throw line. Goes strong. She's fighting it. Races to her own rebound, though, on the left wing. Reynolds along the baseline. Floater. Got it to go. Tough shot in the lane for Gabby Reynolds. It's 3-0. Reynolds doing all the work. The Bulldogs beat the pressure over the right side of the floor, over the timeline to Concannon. Top of the key to Dallett. Dallett is trapped, poked, and stolen straight away by a sprinting Pedersen. Leaves it on to the freshman Means. Drives to the basket. 2-hand shot goes strong off the glass. Rebound Richardson. Bulldogs right to left off and running. Lemons cuts off Richardson, and a foul was called. The first on the Panthers as Richardson got cut off there and knocked along the out-of-bound line up the right side of the floor. Emma Perez, Bulldog Jr., will check in for the first time. Garang takes a seat as the Bulldogs go with a little bit more of a guard-oriented lineup right now. 3-quarter court pressure brought on to Richardson. Dribbles over the timeline. Skip pass along the out-of-bound line. Looking for Dallett. Stolen straight away by Reynolds. Outlet pass down the floor on Overbeek. Clutches beneath the basket. Pressure coming. 2-hand shot misses. Fight for the rebound. Snagged by Lemus and the Panthers. And a travel is called as she shuffled the feet, securing the basketball. The Bulldogs take it back over. 3 minutes gone in the ballgame. 3-0 West Ottawa. All the points to Gabby Reynolds. And some big struggles right now for Grandville, dealing with some full court pressure that West Ottawa has been bringing. Bit of a man-to-man look here in the full court. Near side, right to left, Rakowski with the basketball. Defended by Reynolds, blows over the timeline to the left-hand dribble. Trap comes on to Rakowski, poked out of bounds. Last touched into the scorer's table by Rakowski. Good play by the junior center Lemus to knock it away. And West Ottawa forces another turnover, and the Panthers take it over once more. Reynolds wearing number 3 in the home white uniform. Jersey untucked, dribbles to the volleyball line. Between the legs, crouched watching her defensively, Gracie Rakowski with 4:40 and less in the first. Reynolds, pull-up jumper, left side, splash. That one was pure. All 5 points right now to Gabby Reynolds. She has been terrific for the Panthers. Full court pressure on. Stolen straight away by Reynolds. Drives to the basket, scores with the right hand, and a timeout on the floor. Reynolds all over the place to begin this ball game as she's taken over. 7 points for Reynolds. It's a 7-0 ball game. Timeout from the Bulldogs on the floor. We will take one as well.
The 76 Diner and Truck Stop would like to invite you and your families to come and check out their diner. With locations in both Byron Center and Coopersville, they're a great place to stop before or after the game. They have a wide variety of menu choices to feed all the kids. They serve breakfast hot all day, and they're able to accommodate all of your large group needs. Their full menu is available for takeout orders, and they have online ordering at 76truckstopdiner.com.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer with you here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio from West Ottawa. Doubleheader tonight, starting on the girls' side, and it's been all Gabby Reynolds, the George Washington University commit and a Miss Basketball frontrunner. All 7 points for the Panthers, and Grandville has had some serious trouble with the full court pressure from the Panthers. An inbound feed along their own baseline to Perez is poked out from behind, but last touched by Perez underneath the offensive hoop. The Panthers take it again. It will be Pedersen to throw in again. Pounds it left block onto Reynolds. Turning shot in the lane. Too short. Rebound. Saved along the end line by Rakowski. Bulldogs will take the basketball right here as it gets tipped out of bounds after that. Gregor checks in for the Bulldogs, and we'll go to work. 2 fouls on Grandville, 1 on the Panthers. Full court havoc pressure on from the Panthers. Near side, here's Rakowski. Trapped up by a couple of defenders along her own end line. Poked down, chasing down to the floor. Overbeat. Good move by Rakowski to spin away, sprint up the left side of the floor, get over the timeline. Whip pass, left corner, Perez, all alone. Triple try, splash! Emma Perez off the bench, knocks down the 3 and puts the Bulldogs on the board 7-3. Panthers trying to beat the Grandville pressure, throw it the length of the floor, tipped into the bench by DeVries. Right side inbound coming up in the front court for the Panthers. 3:56 to go in the first. Inbound up top to Van Dellen, the junior guard, out there for the first time for the Panthers. Reynolds bounces around a screen. It's an offensive foul and a moving screen on Brooke Pedersen in Grandville. Takes the basketball back over. 2 fouls now on either team. 3:52 to go. First quarter, 7-3 West Ottawa. And the Panthers again will bring out the full court havoc pressure. Inbounded right in the middle of the floor to Rakowski. Low dribbles, crosses left. She's defended by Reynolds. Blows over the timeline with the left-hand dribble. Rakowski fakes, drives, left side, shot, swatted from behind by Reynolds, out of bounds. Grandville will keep it. 3:41 of the first. Left side inbound for Perez, pounds the rock, peering, looking, lobs it left side for Rakowski. Passing lane jumped by Reynolds, pokes it into her own bench, stays with the Bulldogs. Left side inbound with 3:39 of the first. Perez this time to throw it in. Grandville traveling maroon uniforms. Bulldogs will check Elakuchi, the junior, in for the first time tonight, as Kincannon will take a seat here for Coach Van Hecken and the Dogs. Perez to throw in. Hands in her face. Got it in front of the timeline to Rakowski. Splits a pair of defenders. Drives. Pull-up shot. Left elbow. Too strong. Rebound straight down to Gregor. Follow. Rattles off the back rim. No good. Rebound down to Lemus. And the Panthers will slow things down with Gabby Reynolds left to right over the timeline. 3.5 minutes to go first quarter. Reynolds down the right side. Euro step. Right-hand shot off the glass and good. All 9 points from the Panthers coming from Gabby Reynolds early. They bring the pressure in the full court again on the Bulldogs. Inbounded to Rakowski, watched by Gabby Reynolds. Reynolds pokes, Rakowski keeps. Clock is running down. Stutter step over the timeline. Rakowski able to beat the pressure. Screen from Gregor. Rakowski goes around it into the right corner. Drives the baseline, flings up a shot from 15 feet. Front rim no good. Rebound is snagged by Pedersen, and she is fouled from behind, and the Panthers will take it. 2:56 to go in the first. That foul on Perez is her first and the third on the Bulldogs. Grandville some token full court pressure on Gabby Reynolds here. What a start for the senior. Splits a pair of Bulldogs up the left side of the floor. Shot left block, hangs on the back rim, rolls out, no. Rebound Lemus, put a couple power dribbles. Gives it right elbow, all alone, on to Overbeek. Overbeek, mid-range shot, splash, and the Panthers have their first non-Gabby Reynolds score in this one as Overbeek finds the bottom of the rim. Bulldogs with Rakowski push it down into the paint to DeVries. Two-hand shot is blocked and fouled, and that will send Mia DeVries, the Bulldog junior, to the stripe. Foul goes on Pedersen, her second, team's third, with 2.5 in the first. DeVries rattles out the first, has one more coming. Richardson and Skolton check in for the respective teams as Perez will go to the bench. And Pedersen, after picking up that second foul, will head off to the bench. Bending the knees, right hand in front of the face, free throw. Strong for DeVries, missed them both. And the Panthers take over with 2.5 to go in the first. Reynolds, top of the key, around a Lemus screen. Pull-up shot, free throw line, splash right down the hatch. What a game for Gabby Reynolds. Has 11 of her team's 13 points. Rakowski throws right block onto Richardson, flings a floater, no. Put back, DeVries hangs on the back rim and falls. And Mia DeVries is able to put the Bulldogs back on the board with the cleanup job down low. Panthers right corner onto Reynolds. Good late defense as she tries to clutch up a shot coming from Gregor. Forced her to pass wildly out of it. Stolen away by Rakowski. Thrown right corner. Richardson catch and shoot three. Missed it all short. Rebound tips off the hands of Gregor. Out of bounds along the end line. It will be West Ottawa basketball. 1:51 in the first. 3 fouls on either team. A 13-5 lead for West Ottawa. 11 points for Gabby Reynolds. Grang checks in for the Bulldogs. They'll bring a little bit more size, or actually they'll keep similar size as it's DeVries going to the bench. Grandville will show some full court pressure here. Reynolds right-hand dribble over the timeline, getting by Richardson. Right corner, catch and shoot three. Overbeek, splash, another triple. West Ottawa, a slow start. They cannot miss at all from anywhere. Overbeek now with 5, and the Panthers an 11-point lead as we are approaching the final 90 seconds of the first. Nice pass, Rakowski. Left corner, no look to Gregor. Catch and shoot three. Falls off the connector short. Fight for the rebound. A held ball is called. Alternating possession stays with the Bulldogs. 1:28 in the first. Baseline left inbound for Grandville. It will be Richardson to throw in. She stands on the S in West Ottawa to throw it in here from the left side on the inbound. Bulldog Jr. peering out for an inbound lane. Well covered. Pumps the ball. Whips it up top. Settled down by Rakowski. Starts a right-hand dribble. Blows by Skolton. Dump pass. Looking for Grang. Goes over her outstretched right hand. Maybe just catching a piece of the fingertips out of bounds into the stands. West Ottawa takes it again. They'll go left to right. The Bulldogs will set up some full court pressure again. 1:23 in the first. 16-5 West Ottawa. 11 from Reynolds. 5 from Overbeek. Reynolds over the timeline. Bounding into the lane, floater from the free throw line, good. Reynolds again, finding a little bit of a soft spot in the defense. She has 13 in the first quarter. Down the floor, Richardson is poked and fouled by Chelsea Overbeek. 4th foul on the Panthers, and the Bulldogs one away from getting into the bonus here as we are down to the 1:03 mark in the first quarter. So it looks like they're going to wind up just calling it poked out of bounds, last touched by the Panthers. No foul call. Off the inbound, it's stolen away by Gabby Reynolds. Drives the lane, jump stop, left hand hanging shot off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound snagged through the trees by Rakowski. She'll slow it down and set up the Bulldog attack. 45 seconds and less in the first. 18-5 lead for the Panthers. Going to defend home floor here tonight. Around a screen, Rakowski to the top of the key. Drives in the lane. Floater blocked away. Rebound snagged by Gregor. Throws left side. Cucci catch and shoot three. Splash. Shella Cucci. Good on that one. The Bulldogs within 10. And a quick official timeout with 26 seconds. And the ball rolling away down the tunnel. Bulldogs threes off the bench from both Perez and Cucci, helping keep the offense going just a little bit. The 2 on the cleanup inside from DeVries as well. But Rakowski, Richardson, Gregor kind of your typical leading scorers for the Bulldog attack, held quiet so far. Panthers will hold for the final shot here. Grandville sets up a little bit of a matchup 2-3 zone inside 10 seconds. Thrown left side onto Skolton. Back right side onto a driving Overbeek. Into the lane, right-hand shot with 5 seconds too strong. Rebound Richardson with 3. Over the timeline with 1. Launches one from the volleyball line. It looked good most of the way, but falls short off the front rim. That'll do it for the first quarter. We're going to step aside, be right back here from West Ottawa. 18-8 Panther ladies after 1.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
Welcome back to West Ottawa. Nate Dreyer with you here, MGN Radio Plus Game Center. You're tuned in tonight. Our updated look at our Radio Plus coverage. 18-8 after 1. West Ottawa over Grandville on the girls' side. Chandler Timber will join me a little bit later on for the boys' game this evening. Left to right over the timeline, the Panthers have got it with Gabby Reynolds. What a first quarter of play for the George Washington University committed senior. 13 in the first quarter. Launches a triple, contested by Richardson. Splash right down the hatch. Another 3 for Gabby Reynolds. She has 16 as she sized up the Bulldog Jr. and knocked it down. Gregor driving for the Bulldogs into the lane. Underhand feed left corner. Richardson kicked up top onto Rakowski. She'll back it out offensively here for the Dogs and reset things. 30 seconds gone, second quarter. To the right side. Able to secure her footing through a reaching attempt at the ball by Reynolds. Throws left wing for Richardson. Triple try, goes strong along the end line. Overbeek able to jump with both feet down, keep the ball in bounds, snag it, and take it back the other way. Left corner, hard pass through the hands of Means, the freshman. Out of bounds, Grandville basketball. 7:10 to go. Lemus will check in for the Panthers right here. The Bulldogs bring Dowd and Grandville right to left across your radio dial. They're in the traveling maroons. Home white uniforms tonight for the Panthers. Gregor over the timeline for the Dogs. The left-hand dribble. Throws it left corner to Dowd. Dowd rocking the basketball. Handoff. Gregor, the wild pass. She settles down on the wing. Jump pass down to Grang. Turnaround shot in the lane. Rattles home off the window. Good work from Ding Grang. Bulldogs senior able to get the nice finish through some good defense in her face. And the Dogs take it down to 11 points. 6:48 to go in the second. Grandville, most of their offense, a lot of their offense coming from the bench. From Grang as well, who started there in the starting lineup. Reynolds drives into the trees of the Grandville defense. Pull-up shot from 15 feet, rattles out to a side scrum for the basketball down low. Maya Madden, the Bulldog junior, who's checked in for the first time in this contest, a part of the tie-up. And on the alternating possession, on the held ball, Grandville gets the ball. 6:36 to go. Panthers some token 1-2-2 pressure in the three-quarter court. Over the timeline to Dowd. Toes into a 3. Fouled from behind by Jayla Means. And that will send Dowd to the line for a trio of free throw attempts right here. 6.5 to go in the second. That's the first foul on Means, the freshman who got the start tonight for the Panthers. Experienced team, like we mentioned, is the first free throw is short for Dowd. An experienced team for Coach Chapman. Essentially all 5 starters from last year, plus even a couple other bench pieces from last year's team returning for the Panthers squad this year. They sit at 4-2 coming into this evening. Means will take a seat after that one. Second one, no good. Too strong for Dowd as well. It was whistled down. Looks like a lane violation on top of it as well. It's Van Dellen, the junior, checking in for the Panthers. Pedersen and Overbeek out there as well. Reynolds in the backcourt. And Lemus up front for the Panthers. Third free throw falls down for Dowd. Able to go 1 of 3 in her attempts at the line. And the Bulldogs able to bring it down to a 10-point game. Push pass, right wing, catch and shoot 3 from Overbeek. Misses everything wide to the left side. Rebound snagged down by Madden. Rips away from a pair of defenders. Hands off for Rakowski, who runs over the timeline. Throws a wild pass right quarter away from the outstretched arms of Allison Dowd. Out of bounds. West Ottawa basketball. Another turnover for Grandville. They have gotten sped up against this defensive pressure from the Panthers and certainly have really struggled to get into their offense whatsoever in this ball game. A lot of turnovers before they've even had a chance to try to run any sets. Nearly to the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 10-point lead for the Panthers. Right wing here for Reynolds, bounding around a screen, crossing over. Reynolds rocking to the free throw line. Dump pass, left corner onto Van Dellen. Throws all the way across the floor wildly. Was looking in the right corner for Overbeek. I don't think Pedersen didn't know Overbeek was there. Got her hand on the basketball first, tips it out of bounds, and the Panthers will give up possession here to the Dogs. 5:56 to go in the second. DeVries back in for the Bulldogs. Garang takes a seat. Right to left over the timeline. Rakowski will run the offense. Has not scored yet for the Bulldogs. Had 10 points against Jennison for the Bulldog leading senior Rakowski. Up top, one of their other leading seniors, Gregor. Throws it with two hands left wing to Dowett. Up top, DeVries. Looking for a passing lane, tries to hit a cutting Rakowski. Pass was high, settled down by Rakowski. Whips a wild right-hand shot that rolls off, no good. Rebound snagged down by Lemus, but pokes it out of bounds on the secure. Grandville keeps it baseline right on the inbound. 5.5 to go, second quarter, 21-11 ball game. Doubt to throw into the Dogs. Skips it down left block to DeVries. She'll curl out behind the three-point arc. Two hands, throws it up top to Madden. Harassed, able to throw the ball and cycle it right corner for Rakowski. Jabs, drives baseline. Fouled on the floor. She got stopped up by Chelsea Overbeek. That'll be the second foul of the quarter on the Panthers with 5:25 to go in the second. They hang on to this 10-point lead right now. Skolton will check on for Overbeek as she has picked up her first foul of the contest. Right side inbound here for Dowett and the Bulldogs. The senior peering for an inbound lane. Hands above her head, whips it up top into some traffic, snagged right in front of the end line, and saved by Madden, who then wildly throws it over on a couple of skips where Rakowski has it. Two-hand feed on the O in the West Ottawa logo to Gregor. Right wing on to Dowett, jabs, launches a 19-footer, and knocks it down over top of the defender. Confident shot from Dowett, stepping right inside the three-point arc, launching the long 19-footer from the wing, and hitting it. 3 minutes gone, second quarter. Grandville down single digits once again here in a slow grinding game. Reynolds down the right side of the floor, spinning into the lane, right-hand push shot, knocked away from behind, and a foul called will send Reynolds to the line. First foul of the quarter on the Bulldogs. That foul on Dowett is her first, and Reynolds to the line for the Panthers. 16 for Reynolds in this game, make it 17 as she splashes down the first one. Bulldogs make a couple of changes right here. Cucci will check in for the Bulldogs along with Richardson. Reynolds bends the knees, right hand free throw, too strong, and the board is snagged down by Cucci. Madden then got a little crossed up, shot the ball at her own basket, and the Bulldogs, thankfully she missed it, able to snag the rebound off that and now get into their offense right wing with Rakowski. Rakowski pull-up shot, right elbow, off the front rim, no good. Chase to the rebound as Richardson goes crashing into the West Ottawa bench. Can't quite save it. Panthers take over. Overbeek checks in for Van Dellen. 4:34 in the second, 22-13 Panthers, a 9-point game. 17 for Gabby Reynolds. She'll hand it off here to Overbeek, and the 5'5 senior will run the offense a little bit for the Panthers with Reynolds working off ball. Thrown left wing on to Reynolds, defended by Richardson. Arm spread wide, screen from Lemus. Steps into a 21-foot three. Off the back rim, too strong. Leaping rebound, Pedersen. Free throw line, Reynolds. A travel. She goes up and down with that one. Got in between a couple of different ideas. Grandville takes the ball again with 4:17 in the second. 22-13. The Bulldogs have been able to settle the basketball game down a little bit the last few minutes. Break out of some of the pressures that West Ottawa was bringing. And as the Panthers will swing things out of the zone in the half court, the Dogs go to work top of the key. Catch and shoot three from deep for Rakowski. Off the connector, no. Long fight for the rebound. Lemus gets tied up with Cucci. Held ball, alternating possession goes to West Ottawa. 4 minutes exactly in the second quarter. Perez will check in. Madden will check out here for the Bulldogs. Reynolds hands off for Overbeek. Free throw line. Pedersen, right corner. Skolton drives the baseline, cut off by a pair of Bulldogs. Gets tied up nicely by DeVries. Held ball is called. Grandville takes on the alternating possession. Good work by the Dogs there as Cucci and DeVries trapped her up. It was DeVries that was able to tie up the basketball. Grandville takes it back with 3:44 and less in the second. Right to left over the timeline. Rakowski throws it two hands left corner to Richardson. Back up top for Rakowski. Swung right wing to Cucci. Right corner, Perez, handoff just to her right side, on to DeVries. Starts one dribble, picks up the ball, lobs it to the volleyball line for Richardson on the right side. Throws left side to Cucci. Cucci left corner for Rakowski. Sized up defensively by Pedersen. Crossing over, Rakowski now will back it out defensively, trying to size up this zone. Pass to DeVries, top of the key, looking to cycle to Perez. Gets poked out of bounds by the Panthers, but it ricochets off Perez up the right side of the floor on its way out. And the Panthers take it with 3:15 and less in the second. 22-13 ball game, still just inside that 10-point threshold. Grandville operating out of a little bit of a swinging 2-3 matchup zone. Free throw line at the left elbow. Reynolds double-teamed, right wing to Overbeek, back up top to the volleyball line to Reynolds. No look pass left corner to Skolton. Skolton handoff Reynolds. Reynolds down the left side of the lane, pull-up shot from 8 feet, splash. Gabby Reynolds back on the score sheet. She's got 19, and the Panthers go back up double digits with just inside 3 minutes to go in the first half. Rakowski to run the Bulldog offense here. Sized up against a little bit of a matchup 2-3 zone on the other side. Cucci, right wing, handoff, Perez bounding into the lane. Tough left-hand floater goes. Great work from Perez off the bench. She's got 5 now for the Bulldogs off a tough hook shot in the lane, and the Bulldogs closing things down a little bit with 2.5 to go in the second quarter. Pedersen left wing. Scoreless so far on this one. Chase top of the key by Rakowski. Hands off Reynolds. Throws it across the floor to Overbeek. Jabs. Drives baseline. Jump pass. Lemus in the paint against a pair of Bulldogs. Two-hand push shot blocked and a foul is called. Will send Lemus to the line. 2 fouls on either team in the second quarter. 2:09 in the quarter. And a 24-15 ball game. First free throw short, but it's called off. A lane violation on Lemus anyway as she stepped on the line on the free throw with the right foot. She gets one more chance. Concannon, a couple other subs in here for the Bulldogs. One more for the junior center for the Panthers here. Lemus, right foot just offset in front of the left. Second free throw strong. Another lane violation called again. And again, it's on the shooter. And the Bulldogs will take it back over here. That foul, by the way, a moment ago was on Cucci, her first. 2 on either team with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. 24-15 lead for the Panthers. Again, that 2-3 half-court matchup zone that both teams really are utilizing right now out for West Ottawa. Up top, Concannon. Right wing, Gregoire. Held scoreless so far. Throws to the right corner for Richardson. Back to Gregoire, right wing. Gregoire drives, free throw line. High lollipop pass. Secured down left corner by Rakowski. Worked up top for Gregoire. Gregoire has it poked and stolen away on the floor as Overbeek rips it away. She then loses it to a poking Bulldog. There's a whistle down. And it looks like a timeout is going to get awarded to the Panthers. Some of the Grandville faithful don't necessarily agree with that, but a timeout is awarded to Coach Chapman. We'll stay with you here. Thanks as always to Centennial Securities and Farmers Insurance, presenting sponsors here at Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Thanks for tuning into our Radio Plus Game Center coverage here tonight. As you're looking at your Radio Plus Game Center in the booth cam, live stats, and the look at the live stats really says it all in this contest. Gabby Reynolds, 19 points for the George Washington University commit. 5 more thrown in from Overbeek, and the Bulldogs have spread things out. The main thing about Grandville, I mean, look at the big names. Rakowski, Gregoire, all being held quiet so far. It's been the Grandville bench and depth scoring where we really have seen the Bulldogs find some of their most effective offense. So certainly been interesting to see in that regard through the first nearly half in this one. 1:40 to go. Panthers out of their timeout. We'll take it here. They lead it 24-15. Left wing Van Dellen throws into the corner for Reynolds. Tries a deep 3 off the connector. Long rebound to the right corner. Snagged by Overbeek. Possession continues. She's trapped. Turning on the pivot foot. Throws right wing for Van Dellen. Up top for Reynolds off a leaping grab. Jump pass. Right wing Overbeek. Throws across left wing Van Dellen. The lefty tries a 3. Rattles it down. 27-15 West Ottawa. Van Dellen a tough triple. Able to get the friendly roll. Panthers back up double digits. Final minute. Second quarter. Gregor, left corner for the Bulldogs, facing up against the zone, throws it further to her left corner onto Rakowski, launches a three off the back rim, no. Rebound top of the key, chase down Gregor, handoff right wing Rakowski, working the rocking dribble, throws to the corner for Richardson, worked up top for Concannon. Concannon, left wing. Gregor tries a 22-foot three, rolls it off the back rim, no good. Bulldogs are really fighting it with some of their leading scorers this year from deep so far in this one. Bulldogs able to snag the rebound out of a scrum, worked right corner onto Rakowski. Possession continues, pass up top, poked and stolen away by Van Dellen as she read the passing lane. Van Dellen trying to lob for Overbeek through a pair of Bulldogs' hands. It tipped last off at Gregor, out of bounds along the end line. And it will stay with West Ottawa. 25 seconds, 0.3 in the second quarter. Home white uniforms will be thrown in out of the right corner here by Pedersen, the senior, for the Panthers. Pedersen lobbing volleyball line for Overbeek. Overbeek lobs left elbow, Van Dellen. Free throw line, Pedersen pulls up a jumper over top of a dog defender. Off the front rim, no. Rebound, Lemus, put back strong. A third opportunity through the contact for Pedersen is good, and a foul. Pedersen has her first points of the night, and through the contact will get a chance to go to the line right here. Third foul of the quarter on the Bulldogs with 12.6 to go. That foul is number 1 on Concannon. So Pedersen held quiet and off the score sheet until that tough finish through the contact will get a chance to make it a three-point play the old-fashioned way. Overhead free throw motion, rattles it down, converts it, and the Panthers the first to cross the 30-point threshold in this one. 12 seconds to go. West Ottawa goes back to the half-court defense here. Kind of a 1-1-3 matchup zone look as they'll shift things as Rakowski takes it over the timeline. Right corner, Gregor with space, launches a three. Off the front rim, no. Rebound paddled up and secured by the Panthers as zeros go across the scoreboard. That'll do it for the first half. The Panthers double up the Bulldogs after one. A grinding game. Grandville had it within 10 points for a portion of that second quarter run as the pace of the game certainly slowed down quite a bit, but the Panthers able to execute down the stretch, get a couple of shots, including Britt Pedersen getting on the score sheet for the first time. And I mean, you can see it on your screen. Reynolds leading the way, 19 points, certainly the primary talking point to look at for the Panthers in this one. A lot to get to here in our Farmers Insurance halftime show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Game Night.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage. Have you recently collided with a deer or been caught in an unfortunate accident? Don't worry, Car Center Collision and Glass is your trusted partner to bring your vehicle back to life. With convenient branches in Cedar Springs, Burton Heights, Alpine, and Big Rapids, we're right around the corner to provide expert assistance. From collision repairs to mechanical fixes, we're your one-stop solution for all your car needs. Check us out at carcentermi.com.
We are Centennial Securities,
an independent firm with a team of committed professionals
who strive to exceed our clients' expectations by giving outstanding service.
We're proud to be part of our community where we live and work.
Upgrade to Music Jams Premium to get uninterrupted listening on all your favorite tunes. Click here to start your 7-day free trial.
If it's important, it's not worth compromising. Which is why with Farmers, you don't have to compromise quality to get great savings on your insurance. I got this.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer with you here. It's Farmers Insurance Halftime Show on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. 30-15, West Ottawa girls over Grandville at the break in this one. And you can kind of see by some of our featured stats on our Radio Plus Game Center look. Kind of tells the story. Gabby Reynolds outscoring the Bulldogs 19 points for the George Washington two-time All-State point guard. Our future George Washington and now two-time All-State and working on three-time All-State point guard in the first half. Overbeek and Pedersen each 3 as well for the Panthers. For the Bulldogs, DeVries had 2, but you look at the starting lineup, Garang also had 2 for Grandville, but kind of their main 3 scorers throughout the first part of the year, Rakowski, Richardson, Gregg were completely held quiet. Grandville had to go to some good bench scoring. Perez and Cucci certainly helped pitch in a little bit for the Bulldogs, but a quiet start for the Bulldogs' 3 leading scorers really on the year in terms of their wing and their backcourt play out of Rakowski and Richardson really says it all, and it really says it all in terms of the way that West Ottawa has played this basketball game defensively in the changing paces to some extent that we have also seen certainly in this one. As the game started, both teams running full court defensively. It was a havoc look defensively for West Ottawa. Grandville just couldn't get into their offense. The Bulldogs able to break it a couple of times, get a couple of threes out of it. Coach Chapman then changing things up, settling into a half-court grinding defensive game where things really started to slowly go West Ottawa's way as both teams kind of fell into a half-court defensive look. The Panthers able to grind, find shots with the likes of Reynolds and Pedersen and Overbeek getting on the score sheet late as well. Grandville kind of struggling against some of the zone looks that the Panthers were bringing to be able to get points on the board out of that. Boys team is both warming up, as we've got coverage of that coming up later as well. Chandler Timmer will join me for the second game of the evening as the 7-1 Grandville boys, who are coming off that huge win on the road at Grand Blanc, at Grand Blanc's own showcase on Saturday night, plus the 30-point win over Jenison on Friday night. West Ottawa kind of reeling right now, 3-6 on the year. Last time out for the Panthers, they lost to East Kentwood 76-25. So the Panthers are looking to get back on the right footing and see if they can defend home floor and pick up a big win. Remember, for Grandville for sure, and possibly, I have not seen the schedule for West Ottawa, and for both the boys and girls side, it's going to be back-to-back nights. These teams are going to have to play games. Grandville's going to Rockford tomorrow night, so the Bulldogs having to play on back-to-back nights. You can only think of the storylines that's going to play into just tonight's game, yes, but especially tomorrow's game and potential fatigue and so forth that each of these teams bring together. It kind of takes you back to that 2021 season when we were playing 3-4 games. It felt like in some weeks to help turbocharge that schedule after we got the late start with everything that was going on. A lot more still to get to. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Game Night in the Farmers Insurance Halftime Show.
The 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas, the point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Hey everyone, Nate from Michigan Game Night. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the MGN shop. You can find it through MichiganGameNight.com or the Michigan Game Night page on Michigan Sports Radio. Click on the Buy MGN Merch button or tab on either page and find your way on over. You can check out a store that has hats, beanies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, water bottles, and everything in between, from just simple MGN logo designs to playoff featured designs, designs with famous calls and moments from MGN, and much, much more. Make sure you check out the MGN shop through MichiganGameNight.com or MichiganSportsRadio.com/MGN.
Can you identify your number one personal trait?
The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Was founded based on the belief that the interests of our clients must always come first.
We listen and understand your objectives before making a recommendation.
We customize the portfolio of investments to fit your goals.
It is our commitment to provide a strong line of communication.
Our services include family wealth management, saving for retirement, and estate planning and trust services.
Getting started is as easy as picking up the phone. After all, when everything is said and done, isn't it about time?
It's the final game, folks. This one wins the series.
Struck out with the cheap seats? Important things aren't worth compromising. At Farmers, we offer both quality insurance and great savings. Here, take mine.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer with you here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio, and welcome to MGN Radio Plus Game Center. 30-15 West Ottawa over Grandville at the half. Both teams back out, warming up on our girls' game to open the evening. It was the Gabby Reynolds show, as it normally is, for the George Washington University commit. She had 19 in the first half to lead her team offensively, as it was really a tale of kind of two different teams and styles, as West Ottawa, led by Reynolds, able to get a lot of production from their starting lineup, as Overbeek and Pedersen also found the score sheet. Grandville getting 2 from DeVries, 2 from Garang. That was it from their score sheet, as their guards and their wing in Rakowski, Richardson, and Gregg were held scoreless in the first half of play for the Bulldogs. Certainly something to keep your eye on as we work our way further on in this ball game. And if Grandville's going to be able to find a little bit better shots and find a little bit better groove for their leading scorers coming into this one on the year out of the backcourt. All right. Grandville back in the traveling maroon uniforms, white and gray trimming down the side, numbers in white trimmed in gray. West Ottawa in the home whites, numbers in black, and black and gray trimming down the side. West Ottawa goes right to left this quarter across your radio dial, and they get it to start the second half. It'll be the freshman Jayla Means that will start things up offensively here. Grandville brings a little bit of an extended zone here out of the 1-2-2. Means in the left wing, rocking with the ball, chased across the floor along the volleyball line by Rakowski. Back across the floor again, Means picks up the dribble, throws it right wing Reynolds. No look pass, right corner, catch and shoot 3. Overbeek, high off the front rim, no. Tipped rebound, snagged by Pedersen. Right hand put back strong. Rebound to Pedersen, right hand forced shot. Blocked away by Garang. Rebound settled down by Rakowski. The Bulldogs started up. Push pass left wing to Gregor. Dump pass looking for Garang. Poked and stolen by Reynolds. Reynolds and the Panthers will take it up the middle of the floor. Reynolds, Euro step, floater, hangs on the back rim, no. Rebound Richardson. Richardson throws across for Rakowski. Panther pressure pulls off. Dogs will take it. 45 seconds gone in the third. No scoring yet so far in this quarter. Rakowski with a right-hand dribble gets a screen from Garang. Steps into a triple with a little bit of space, splashes it down. Rakowski gets on the score sheet with a big triple for the Bulldogs, and we'll see if that maybe can ignite the Bulldogs senior a little bit down the stretch. The Walsh University commit who had 10 points, the lone Bulldog in double digits last time out in the tough overtime loss to Jenison. Reynolds left corner defended by DeVries out of the zone. Down the left side, pull-up shot, 15 feet, back rim. High fight for the rebound, snagged by Pedersen. Her putback blocked away by Garang, but the rebound settled down by the Panthers. Reynolds cycles right wing, catch and shoot 3. Overbeek, right down the hatch, good. Overbeek, another triple. She's got 8, and the Panthers able to answer right back with a 3 of their own. 33-18 ball game, 6.5 to go in the third. Swung left corner to Richardson, defended by Means. Richardson, right-hand push shot, push feed, I should say, on to Gregor. Gregor up top DeVries, two-hand feed, right wing, on to Rakowski. Turns her back, spins at the block. No look pass, left wing DeVries. Up top for Gregor. Gregor defended, arms spread wide from Reynolds. Dumping down low for Garang. Poked out of there by Pedersen. Out of bounds, last touch by the Panthers. The Bulldogs keep it in front of their own bench. Van Dellen will check in for Means. A little bit more size here for Coach Chapman with 6:02 in the third. No fouls yet in the quarter. Inbounded to Rakowski, trapped up immediately. Screen from Garang. Rakowski bounces around it, launches an 18-footer, splash from the left wing. Gracie Rakowski held scoreless in the first half. She's got the first 5 for the Bulldogs and finding her pull-up shooting touch as well. Dogs now trail by 13. Reynolds throws it all the way across the floor, left corner, onto a driving Van Dellen, who kicks it back up top to Reynolds. Stares at the zone defense, bounces around a screen. Long Euro step, and a foul is called on the floor as Reynolds made her drive towards the basket. Foul is on Rakowski, her third, and the first on the team. So 3 fouls now on Rakowski. She picked up a couple early, didn't get any after. Inbound, right block to Reynolds. Hangs in the air with a right-hand shot and knocks it down off the back rim. 21 points for Reynolds and a 35-20 game. Panthers out of their 2-3 zone. Garang standing up top of the volleyball line. Hands off, curling behind onto Rakowski up top. Rakowski works the right-hand dribble. Screen from Gregward, denies it. Reynolds poking in, nearly steals the basketball. Rakowski runs to the left side of the floor, gets run into by Overbeek, and a foul called on the Panther senior. Second foul on Chelsea Overbeek, first down the team of the quarter. 35-20, Panthers with 5:10 to go in the third. Rakowski starts up the dribble with the left hand, throws left corner to Richardson. Around the Garang screen, up top, pass is nearly poked by Overbeek, but settled down by DeVries. Lobs it over the defense onto Rakowski. Stares at the basket, sidesteps the defender, launches a 3, left corner, falls short, rebound DeVries. Right hand put back, pushing floater is short, but DeVries is hacked across the arm as she let it go, and she'll go to the line with a chance for 2 more here. Foul on Van Dellen, her first, and the second of the quarter on the Panthers. DeVries, a right-hand free throw, too strong, couldn't get the rattle on that one. Addie Skolton will check in for the Panthers as Overbeek off her foul a moment ago, or second foul a moment ago, will take a seat. Back at the line, DeVries, 44, the Bulldog junior. Right foot just in front of the left. Shot is off the back rim, no good. Lemus paddles the rebound inbounds. It knocks its way down, and on the fight for the rebound, a foul is called on Brooke Pedersen. Third on the team in the quarter. Third also on Pedersen. Concannon will check in here for the Bulldogs. Pedersen off the third foul will stay out there for West Ottawa. It's Garang going to the Bulldog bench. 4:49 third quarter, 15-point lead for the Panthers. Baseline left inbound coming up for Grace Richardson. Stands on the S in West Ottawa. Got it into DeVries. Shot through some traffic in the lane with the right hand, falls short. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Lemus and the Panthers. Stays with the Bulldogs. Again, Richardson to throw in. Now she'll stand on the second tee in Ottawa on the inbound. Throws it hard right wing. Rakowski defended by Reynolds. Right corner Richardson. Catch and shoot through the bit of space. Misses everything strong. Rebound down to Pedersen. And the Panthers will secure possession and slow things down a little bit here with Gabby Reynolds. Arm spread wide left wing. Rakowski closes in defensively. Bulldogs out of a 2-3 zone. Reynolds faces up. Launches a 3 off the back rim. No. Rebound snagged by Skolton. Slithers to the rim. Right hand shot is strong. And a foul is called as Skolton will go to the line and shoot a couple right here. 4:25 in the third, 15-point lead for the Panthers. Lefty, Skolton at the line, bends the knees, right hand pushing free throw, hangs on the front rim, but falls out. Both teams struggling at the line a little bit right now. Cucci and Dowlett will check in for Richardson and Gregor, who have both really struggled in this one. Have gotten some good looks, have not yet gotten them to go for Coach Van Hecken and the Bulldogs. One more at the line here for Skolton. Left-hand free throw, good. Able to knock that one down, put the Panthers back on the board. Left to right, over the timeline, Rakowski to run the Bulldog offense. She's got 5 in the second half. All of the Bulldogs' second half scoring in this third quarter coming from Rakowski. Hands off left corner to Dowlett. Screen is hedged, forced to throw it. Free throw line to Concannon. On the floor, it was a wild pass. DeVries got a piece of it. Both sides fighting over the basketball. Held ball was called, and an alternating possession on the tie-up goes to the Bulldogs. Cucci will throw in from baseline left. 4:08 to go, third quarter. 16-point lead for the Panthers. Cucci looking for the inbound, lobs it left wing to Dowlett. Working the jab step, defended by Reynolds. Poked away. Dowlett, Reynolds go racing into the backcourt, taken away by Reynolds. All alone, drives to the basket easy right-hand layup is good. 23 points for Gabby Reynolds. And a 38-20 lead for the Panthers inside 4 minutes in the third quarter. The steal and the two from Reynolds. Rakowski, top of the key, bouncing, defended here by Overbeek, closing in on the wing. Rakowski working the right-hand dribble, crosses between the legs, lobs up top DeVries, swung left wing to Dallett, works the jab step, throws corner Cucci, now left wing to Dallett with 3.5 to go. Pass to the top of the key, stolen straight away, a well-read passing lane by Overbeek, gave it on to Reynolds, drives to the lane, reverse layup, falls short, rebound, falls into the arms of Concannon, who rips it down. Then Reynolds pokes it away from Concannon, drives to the basket, hangs in the air, clutches, right-hand shot short, but a foul called on Concannon and the Bulldogs, and Gabby Reynolds will go back to the line. 3 fouls on either team in the quarter. Second foul on Concannon. 3:21 to go in the third quarter. 38-20. Free throw. Reynolds rattles out. Has another coming again. That storyline. Free throw shooting a struggle for both teams, certainly, right now. Reynolds, right foot in front of the left. Free throw, good. Able to hit the second one. Gabby Reynolds, 24 points in the contest now. 39-20, the Panthers nearly with the Bulldogs doubled up once again. 2-3 zone for the Panthers. Right corner on to Cucci for the Bulldogs. Cucci defended by Skolten out of the corner. Worked around left wing DeVries to the left corner for Dowett. Jabs, launches a three from the righty. Rattles out, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Rakowski and the Bulldogs. Panthers will take it. Van Dellen checks in for Coach Chapman as Pedersen, remembers, dealing with a little bit of foul trouble, will take a seat. She's got 3 fouls against, but she has been out there for a while with those 3 fouls. 3 minutes to go. Bulldogs out of the matchup zone. Left wing on to Van Dellen. Throws into the soft spot of the zone at the free throw line of Reynolds. Immediately trapped up, got it to Lemus, right block. Lemus jumping pass up top, poked and stolen by the Bulldogs. Given on to Rakowski in the lane, tries a pull-up floater, does a 360, falls out, rebound on to Reynolds. Running the length of the floor, driving inside, Euro step, offensive foul. Well drawn by Concannon. Foul on Reynolds. Bulldogs take over. 4th team foul of the quarter on the Panthers, and the first on Gabby Reynolds with 2:39 in the third. 2.5 minutes just north of to go in the third quarter. Rakowski directing the offense into the left wing. Trying to find a pass to Dowett. Directs her to the corner. Now goes around to DeVries. Screen to the top of the key. Gets picked up here by Van Dellen on the switch. Lobbing pass right corner for Cucci. Cucci drives in the lane. Floater blocked away by Lemus. Tips off the foot of DeVries out of bounds. Grandville will give it up, and the Panthers take over with 2:18 in the third. Reynolds leaves for Overbeek. Home white jerseys for the Panthers going to work. Left wing for Skolten. Back on to Overbeek. Drives in the lane. Floater from 10 feet. Blocked away. Rebound Lemus. 2-hand shot off the bottom of the rim. No, but she is hacked and fouled. And that will send Lemus to the line. 4 fouls on either team in the quarter. That foul is going to be on Cucci. Her second. And again, both teams 1 away from the bonus right now. Free throw from Lemus falls short as the foul shooting continues to be a little bit of a storyline early in this one with both teams struggling at the stripe. Lemus, 6'1" junior, bends the knees, low dribbles. Quick right-hand flicking free throw off the back rim, no good. The rebound ripped down by Reynolds through the contact, puts it home with the right hand, and one more coming up at the stripe. Big effort from Gabby Reynolds. She's got 26 now with one more coming up at the line. 2:03 to go, and that is the 5th foul on the Bulldogs, and the Panthers are into the bonus. Free throw good for Reynolds. Able to complete the 3-point play. She's got 27 in this one. In Grandville right now, just the 20 as the Panthers have got the Bulldogs more than doubled up with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Rakowski up the left side of the floor to run the offense here for the Bulldogs over the timeline. Panthers out of a little bit of a soft matchup zone. Screen DeVries up top. Rakowski working with the right-hand dribble. Backs it out onto the W in the West Ottawa logo. Throws left wing on to O'Leary, who's checked in for the first time of the contest. Left corner on to a catch-and-shoot 3 for Perez that misses strong. Panthers chase the ball back the other way. Tic-tac-toe. Pass to the block on to Overbeek. Able to find a cutting Lemus on her way to the basket. And Lemus is able to find the score sheet with a nice right-hand finish in transition. 44-20 West Ottawa inside 90 seconds, third quarter. Rakowski jabbing up top, step back move, throws left wing on to O'Leary. O'Leary left corner to DeVries, back O'Leary in the wing. Pressure coming from the Panthers, defensive lead from Van Dellen. Hands off just to her left side onto a curling Rakowski. Up fake, Rakowski, dribble drive, bounding into the lane, floater short, grabs her own rebound, put back with two hands, is pure down the middle. Good work from Gracie Rakowski. She's got 7, 44-22. The Bulldogs have gotten it back to having the Panthers. Left corner, Van Dellen. Up top for Reynolds. She'll back it out with her 27 points. Gets a screen, gets a switch, throws left wing back on Van Dellen. Left corner, Overbeek. Twisting away from the defender. Throws it left corner. Catch and shoot three. Reynolds off the back rim. No. Chase down rebound taken by O'Leary. She's able to give it on to a sprinting Rakowski up the middle of the floor. Rakowski curling top of the key with 33 seconds. Dogs inside 30 seconds in the third. They trail 44-22 here. And the opener from tonight's doubleheader on the girls' side. O'Leary, right corner on to Haight. And Haight has it poked away, but she touches it last into the Grandville bench. Panthers will take it with 20.4 in the third. Final 15 seconds. Gabby Reynolds will hold for the final shot of the quarter. Reynolds left wing with 4 seconds. Throws it across, right corner. At the buzzer, catch and shoot three. Van Dellen off the front rim, no good. That'll do it for the third quarter. We're going to step aside, be right back here on Game Night.
It's a beautiful time of year, but for many, it is also the beginning of allergy season, which means lots of sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, runny nose, constant drainage, or ear pressure. These are all allergy symptoms we regularly treat. Don't let your allergy stop you from enjoying what you love to do outdoors. We have several ear, nose, throat, and allergy specialists ready to see you. Find us online at MichiganENTallergy.com. We look forward to helping you enjoy the outdoors again.
You might be. Yeah, you're on the camera.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer with you here. MGN Radio Plus coverage. Final 8 minutes of the girls' game, 44-22. After 3, we go to the final quarter. Gabby Reynolds has 27. She'll lead the attack for the Panthers. Chandler Timmer is here. He'll be joining me for the first time tonight when we start our boys' coverage in just a few minutes. Left corner, Overbeek all alone. Knocks down a triple from the corner. And Overbeek gets herself into double-digit scoring. She's got 11 now for the Panthers. Madden out there for the Dogs, trapped up out of the double team. Reynolds helping out on the double, and Reynolds reaching will draw the foul right there. First foul of the quarter on the Panthers. That's foul 2 on Gabby Reynolds with 7:36 to go in the ball game. West Ottawa checks Addie Skolton in here for Coach Chapman, as Van Dellen will go to the bench. Right side inbound. Dowlett to throw in for the Bulldogs through the traffic. Got it Gregoire right corner. And there's a whistle and a foul off the ball. I checked, that looks like they're going to say a step out of bounds from Gregoire will be the call as she got trapped up in the corner trying to turn the corner. Gives it back up. Panthers will face up against a Grandville 2-3 zone here in the half court. Reynolds, left wing, picked up defensively out of that zone to the top of the key by Richardson. Dribbling to the right wing, trapped up. Richardson sent down to the floor. A 5-second violation. Good pressure defensively from the Bulldogs on Reynolds, and Grandville takes the basketball. It's part of the risk with this West Ottawa offense. They just want the ball in the hands of Gabby Reynolds and Grandville, but a pressure across the floor for 5 seconds and pick up that 5-second violation call. Grandville, though, will turn it right back over as Grace Richardson throws a pass left corner that goes through the outstretched arms of Maya Madden. Out of bounds in the corner. Panthers take it as we're working our way towards the end of the first minute of the third quarter. Overbeek with the 3 to open up the quarter. Will start off the offense. Right wing for Reynolds. Reynolds bounds around a Pedersen screen to the top of the key. Turns her head. Drives the lane. Jumping shot with a floater strong. Put back in the lane for Lemus. Also strong off the connector, but a foul called. And that will send the big 6'1 junior to the stripe for the Panthers. Foul on Madden. 1 on either team. And her first of the ball game. Lemus misses the first strong at the line. I think Coach Chapman is going to have his team shooting quite a few free throws at practice tomorrow. They've struggled in that regard. 33 in white. Lemus bends the knees, pushes the right-hand free throw in front of her face, missed it off the right side of the rim, but Reynolds races to the rebound out of the corner. Bounding into the lane, an offensive foul as Reynolds pushes off her third foul as she comes up disagreeing with that call a little bit off the offensive foul. And it will go Grandville's way. Third foul on Reynolds, second on the team. 6:50 and less to go in the fourth quarter. 47-22 West Ottawa. Left corner Madden for the Bulldogs. She's trapped up here by Skolton and Reynolds. Trying to rip the basketball free, keeping the possession. Trapped up, pressure still there. Skolton ties her up. A timeout is called first before the tie-up was coming as Coach Van Hecken is able to get that quick timeout call in. We have not seen a timeout called in the second half yet. We'll stay with you through this break. Thanks to Farmers Insurance and Centennial Securities for presenting Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. See them above me on your screen all night long here as you're tuned into the MGN Radio Plus Game Center, we've called it, with some of the updated graphics and things that we've got going on our radio coverage, debuting here tonight. Certainly part of our goal. You know, we broke out new video coverage at Grandville and other places like Zeeland using huddle cams and new graphics and such things, and decided to up things a little bit with the presentation, and it'll be a work in progress figuring some things out. But with our Radio Plus coverage, as we've rebranded it to, as well as we constantly here at Game Night try to up the coverage and kind of up what can be expected and what can be seen out of high school coverage, and certainly kind of taking cues from the ESPN Game Center type coverages and different things. We're excited about what the playoff run and so forth with our radio coverage is going to bring with this look. Gregworth throws one across the floor wildly that's saved in bounds by Richardson up top for Dowett. Swung back, left corner. Gregworth, catch and shoot three, misses everything strong. Chase to the ball along the end line. Skolton rips down the board, and the Panthers will take it with Reynolds. Throws it the length of the floor onto a chasing Overbeek to the basket. Right-hand floater, hangs on the front rim, falls out, no good. Rebound down to Gregworth. She's running up the left side for the Bulldogs over the timeline, but travels as she lost the handle of the basketball through some pressure. Kind of double dribbled and traveled at the same time. It will go West Ottawa's way. Anaya Payne, the senior wing, will check in for the first time for West Ottawa tonight for Coach Chapman as Addie Skolton goes to the bench. Gabby Reynolds has 27 of her team's 47. She's got it driving down the left side of the lane. Turns her back at the free throw line. Throws it right side. Catch and shoot three from Overbeek. Falls short, straight down off the front rim. Rebound down to the Dogs and Concannon, but chasing through off a lazy pass. It's picked off by Overbeek. Drives to the basket. Right-hand shot is good. Overbeek now with 13, a very good second half for the senior guard. Concannon up top for the Bulldogs against the zone. Pass to the left side for Dowett. Poked by Reynolds. Goes out of bounds off of Dowett. And the Panthers take the basketball with 5.5 in the fourth. A near line change coming up. The rest of the starters all coming in here for Coach Van Hecken. Or some of the starters and also some other pieces. Rakowski, Perez in. Bulldogs also not going to bring O'Leary in along with Cucci and DeVries. So a pretty significant change for the five swap out for the Bulldogs here. Right corner, Veltema out there for the first time for the Panthers. Throws down right corner on to Reynolds against two defenders in her face. Launches a three, short off the front rim, chase to the rebound. Reynolds gets there first, splits a pair of defenders, gets grabbed and fouled doing so. And that'll be the second foul of the quarter on the Bulldogs. The whistle will go on Cucci for her third of the ball game. 5:15 in the fourth. 49-22. Make sure to stay with us. Same stream. Boys game coming up next. Inbound to Reynolds. No look pass right corner. Overbeek triple try. Knocks it down from the corner. Overbeek another three. She's now got 16 as she's had a huge second half offensively for the senior off a nice find right there off the no look pass from Gabby Reynolds. Rakowski steps into a contested three, falls short, rebound Reynolds, or rebound Overbeek, lobbed up the floor into Veltema, all alone beneath the basket, right-hand shot, misses strong. Dogs take down the rebound of O'Leary. Over the timeline to Perez. Perez on the W in the West Ottawa logo, giving to Rakowski. Extra pass, DeVries, left wing, Perez. Triple try, back rim, rattles out, rebound Overbeek, pushed on to Gabby Reynolds. Right wing throws on to Payne. Payne launches an 18-foot-2. Missed it all short. Rebound tips out of bounds. Last touched by Lemus, who was diving after that basketball, trying to get a piece of it. Grandville will take it. 4.5 to go in the ball game. 52-22 West Ottawa. Panthers and Coach Chapman getting set to pick up their first win in the OK Red of the season. Go to 5-2. Grandville will drop their 5th in a row and go to 1-5 on the year. Still hunting that first win in the very, very difficult OK Red. Rakowski left wing, screen from DeVries. Launches a 22-foot-3. Splash right down the hatch for Rakowski. She's found her shot a little bit more in the second half and finds her way into double-digit scoring. All of that scoring coming in the second half for Gracie Rakowski. Reynolds bounding into Rakowski, turns the corner. Floater from about 10 feet falls short, but a foul is called. And that will send Gabby Reynolds to the charity stripe. Foul on Rakowski is her third. Third on the Bulldogs. Foul is actually going to be on the floor. And it will be a baseline right inbound here for Jayla Means and the Panthers. Got it into the paint for Reynolds. Fading shot through a pair of defenders. Strong rebound. Cucci throws up the left side onto a sprinting Rakowski over the timeline. Rakowski down the right side of the key. No look pass, right corner for O'Leary. Back handoff in the corner for Rakowski. Catch and shoot 3, misses everything strong. Perez races to the rebound and resets the offense. Left block, DeVries. Left corner with space. Rakowski 3, got another one. Right down the middle again for Gracie Rakowski. She's got 13, 52-28 ball game. 3.5 to go. Reynolds working to the left side of the floor. Coach Chapman will call a quick full timeout. We will take one as well. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Game Night.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer with you here on Game Night. 3:22 to go in the ball game. Girls contest opening up our doubleheader here tonight. 52-28 West Ottawa. Gabby Reynolds with 27 has taken a seat and has ended her night with a terrific performance for a player, certainly. We've seen it since the start of her career here at West Ottawa, in the hunt for Miss Basketball this year and showing a little bit of that ability right there. Bulldogs pressuring against the second unit out here. Jayla Means, the freshman, drives to the corner, locked up defensively by Cucci. Turns the back, hands off for Veltema. Aubrey Veltema drives the baseline, gives it back free throw line to Means, whips the hands free. Floater in the lane, strong, but a foul called. And that will send Means, the freshman, to the stripe. 14th foul of the quarter on the Bulldogs. That is 5 on Cucci, and that will end the night for the Bulldogs junior guard. O'Leary will check in her place as Means goes to work at the line. Means, the freshman, got the nod into the starting lineup tonight for the Panthers. Right-hand free throw with the right hand kind of alongside her face. Able to knock down the first one in a rhythm. Gets another one coming up right here with 3:04 in the fourth. 53-28 game. One more for number 10 in white. Second free throw, too strong. Rolls out. Rebound DeVries. Near side of the floor, left to right. Rakowski over the timeline. Defended by Means. Arms spread wide. Rakowski sidesteps the defender. Launches a 3 in rhythm. Off the connector, no. Rebound DeVries. Put back through a pair of defenders. It's good. Good work from DeVries down low. She's got 4 as she's able to clean things up down low. 53-30 game. Down the floor, Veltema right-hand shot strong. Rebound down to Perez, racing for the Bulldogs. All the way to the basket. Left-hand shot, Perez is short. Rakowski tips the rebound to the block to a side scrum on the floor. Jump ball and a held ball is called. Grandville takes it on the alternating possession. Madden and Concannon will check in for DeVries and Rakowski. So it looks like Rakowski with 13 will close her night, likely as the leading scorer for the Bulldogs. Dogs trail by 23. Baseline left inbound here. Looking to throw it in is Haight. Lobs it left wing to Madden. Swung right wing, O'Leary. O'Leary starts the right-hand dribble. Up top for Perez, nearly stolen. Perez able to snag the basketball. Throws it back right wing, O'Leary. Triple try, blocked away. in the lane, taken by Concannon, turns to the right-hand shot short, snags her own rebound, put back, and a foul is called, and Concannon will go to the line for a couple right here. Third foul on the Panthers, 2:20 to go fourth quarter. That's foul number 2 on Avery Van Dellen. Bulldog Junior Concannon, right foot offset in front of the left. First free throw in rhythm, rattles down and good. Sydney Wilcox, the junior wing, will check in for Coach Chapman as Means will take a seat. Likely the end of her night as well for the freshman that, as I mentioned, picked up the start tonight for the Panthers. Second one for Concannon, high off the connector, will not fall. Along the end line, it's ruled out of bounds off the Bulldogs. It tips up, and the Panthers take it with 2:19 in the fourth quarter. Over the timeline, poked and stolen nearly by the Bulldogs. Settled back down up top by the Panthers and Anaya Payne. Payne driving past Perez into the lane. Hanging layup. Rattles out too strong. Rebound poked out of bounds. Last touched by the Panthers. And Grandville will take it back over. Again, big night for really your season-long leading scores for West Ottawa. 27 for Gabby Reynolds. 16 for Chelsea Overbeek. A lot of that work for Overbeek coming in the second half. The Bulldogs led by Rakowski. Steal at center floor for Wilcox and the Panthers. Feeds onto a driving Anaya Payne. She takes it to the basket through contact, sent down to the floor, throws it off the bottom of the rim, no good. But Payne, the senior, will go to the line with a couple coming up right here. Foul is on Haight, and that is also the 5th on the Bulldogs, and the Panthers are in the bonus for the remainder of this one. Our boys game coverage coming up after this. We'll wrap things up from this game. Chandler Timmer will join me for that one. First one down and good at the stripe. Means we'll check back in right here for Van Dellen as Payne has another one coming up at the line. 7-1 Bulldogs looking to keep it rolling. Couple of big wins to close last week for the Grandville boys. On the floor, two-a-side scrum off a missed free throw. Held ball is called, and the alternating possession will stay with the Panthers. 1:47 to go in the fourth. Nyla Stewart, the freshman center, checks in. See Brooke Villemure, the junior, also out there up front for the Panthers as they've changed up their look. Means will go to the bench for Coach Chapman. Baseline right inbound for Wilcox and Woe. Wilcox lobs in, and a whistle. Foul off the ball on the Panthers, and Stewart, fresh on the floor, picks up the foul, and the Bulldogs take it with 1:47 in the fourth. 54-31 ball game. Perez defended by Payne in the wing. Screen set by Haight. Perez to the left side of the floor. Tries to split a pair of defenders. Lost the ball straight into the hands of Concannon. She'll hand it off left corner to O'Leary. O'Leary pass up top for Haight. Into the backcourt, chased down and taken first by Payne and the Panthers. Drives to the basket, hanging right-hand shot off the front rim, no. And the rebound snagged down and settled down by the Bulldogs and Haight. Then on to Perez. Perez throws it from the half-court line all the way into the corner, trying to hit O'Leary, who didn't see it coming, over her head, out of bounds. Panthers take it with 1:14 in the ball game. Token full-court pressure here from Perez. Near side, right to left over the timeline, and Aya Payne with 1:08 and less. Payne crossing in the left wing, driving, pull-up shot from 18 feet, blocked out of bounds by Perez. 1:02 on the clock, 54-31. West Ottawa set to go 5-2 on the year. They'll pick up their first win of the OK Red. Grandville will drop their 5th in a row, go to 1-5. Inbound left corner, the junior Veltema. Veltema drives, just flings one up with two hands from the free throw line through a bit of contact. No foul is called, and Grandville will take the basketball with 56 seconds. So for this Grandville team, getting into the season, had the overtime loss to Jenison, and now seeing this true strength of the OK Red with this top-level West Ottawa team, getting to see Gabby Reynolds, one of the best players in the state, who put up 27 in this contest. And for the Panthers, off the tough loss by 3 points to East Kentwood on last week Friday, able to pick up a victory here and get in the win count, which is so critical to get every win that you can in this tough OK Red. It's going to be a real fight, maybe for second. We'll see if someone's going to be able to knock out what looks like an unbeatable Rockford squad in the early part of the season. West Ottawa off a turnover, takes the ball back. Driving into the lane, Anaya Payne. Floater from the free throw line. 360s and falls. 56-31 West Ottawa. Final 18 seconds. Perez in the right wing. Perez tries to split a pair of defenders, lost the basketball, rolls in front of the timeline to Haight. Haight into the lane. Floater, tipped, blocked, knocked, and volleyballed out of bounds. Stays with the Bulldogs with 6.7. Final inbound of the basketball game. Concannon from the right side to throw in for the Bulldogs. Concannon skips O'Leary out of the corner. Double teamed, trapped, two-hand feed, right wing Perez. She'll try a 25-foot three at the buzzer. Can't bank it in, and that is ball game. 56-31 West Ottawa goes to 5-2 on the year. They pick up their first win in conference play for Coach Chapman. Coach Van Hecken's Bulldogs now 0-2 in the conference. They go to 1-5 on the season with the tough loss here in a game that certainly looked a lot like what we kind of expected, a grinding back and forth, changing defensive game for certain. And we'll hand out some quick awards. We'll quickly wrap up our first game and work our way on to the second game. Let's go to really the one you got to look for. The first off, Centennial Security's winning game plan, best play call of the game, and you got to go to the defensive look from West Ottawa. The full court defense that completely got Grandville out of the rhythm from right away as the game got started. Immediately after that, then shifting into some more half-court looks. Grandville just never able to find, even when they had it inside 10 points, never able to find the rhythm they needed to put a couple of shots together. The Panthers able to pick up the win, and Rainbow Grill in Grandville presents our Player of the Game award. The Rainbow Grill open from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Gabby Reynolds had 27 points. Don't know what else to say. All right, that'll wrap it up from our girls contest. The Panthers win it 56-31. Don't go anywhere. We're going to turn the broadcast around. When we come back after the MHSAA This Week report, we got boys action, and Chandler Timmer will join me as well as the Bulldog and Panther boys take to the court here at West Ottawa. Final score, 56-31. West Ottawa goes to 5-2 on the season. They pick up their first OK Red of the year on the girls' side. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Game Night.
Weights have been lifted. Sprints have been run. Preparation for today's game is history. It's time to get it done. You're listening on MichiganSportsRadio.com.
The winter sports season continues as we're now into 2024. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. Happy New Year, and welcome back to the winter sports season. Believe it or not, our first basketball district games are just 7.5 weeks away. Let's take you through the rest of the hoop schedule so you know what to expect. And remember, this year the boys' finals will be played first, followed by the girls' finals. Boys districts will tip off February 26th, with district finals on March 1st. District assignments are already set, and the draw will be posted on February 18th. The regional round will be played March 5th and 7th, with the quarterfinals on Tuesday, March 12th. The Breslin Center in East Lansing will once again play host to the semifinal and final rounds. The semis are March 14th and 15th, with the finals on Saturday, March 16th. All quarterfinal and semifinal action will be streamed live on the NFHS network, and all 4 finals will air live on Valley Sports Detroit. Munising, Flint Beecher, Ferndale, and Cass Tech will all be looking to repeat as champions. On the girls' side, everything is 1 week later. So that means district play starts March 4th, regional play starts March 11th. The quarters are March 19th, and the semifinals and finals are March 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, also at the Breslin Center. Glen Lake, Hemlock, Lansing Catholic, and Rockford are your defending champs. In addition to the NFHS Network and Valley Sports Detroit, all semifinal and final games for both the boys and girls will also be available on the MHSAA Championship Radio Network. For scores, schedules, pairings, and more, be sure to check out MHSAA.com. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from over the break. First, Ludington's David Schillinger. He poured in 34 points in a 12-point win over Montague. In doing so, Schillinger becomes Ludington's all-time leading scorer, surpassing Mike Larson. Ortonville Brandon's Riley Abner also broke a school scoring mark. She went into the break with 1,176 points, more than any other hooper, boy or girl, has ever scored for the Blackhawks. And despite dropping a game to Buckley, Benzie Central's Jackson Childers won over 1,000 career points.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the field. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Yep, nearly 80% of students who fill out the FAFSA may be eligible. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with the MHSAA's Director of Officiating Services, Sam Davis.
A rule change in high school basketball means there will no longer be 1-and-1 free throws, and team fouls now reset after each quarter, not at the half. Here's how it works. A team will reach the bonus in each quarter once their opponent has committed 5 fouls. That means teams will shoot 2 free throws for all common fouls after the 4th team foul in a quarter. Previously, teams weren't in the bonus until the 7th team foul, and then shot 1-and-1 free throws until the 10th team foul of a half or double bonus was reached. A foul on a 3-point attempt will result in 3 free throws for the shooter and still counts as a team foul.
Thanks, Sam. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, go to the MHSAA website now to register. 7 other winter sports will see their postseason start in February. The ski finals for both boys and girls are February 26th. Team wrestling finals will be February 23rd and 24th in Kalamazoo, with the individual finals March 1st and 2nd at Ford Field. Bowling regionals are February 23rd and 24th, with the finals on March 1st and 2nd, and that's the same weekend as the competitive cheer finals, which will be back at McGurk Arena in Mount Pleasant. The gymnastic finals are March 8th and 9th. The ice hockey finals and Lower Peninsula boys swimming and diving finals are also that weekend. The UP swim and dive finals are on February 17th. Information for all of these tournaments and how to get tickets and more can be found at MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll be back next week.
With their intensity, what a move by Wade to the corner, to Young, another one! DeBoer regathers, takes it to the front of the net, and skies one behind Louiselle, and scores! 2-1 Grandville. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Breslin Center and game night on Michigan Sports Radio. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here. Bob's Ragnaris drives, jams thunderously with 2 hands again. Cam Ragnaris, he's got 10. Bobo skips the right corner to Watson, catch and shoot 3. Splash! Muskegon has taken the lead, 47-46. Justin Watson, another triple. He has 9, 138 in the third, and a big red lead. By Baker, they'll fling it to Steffen. Aldering to the basket. Merritt Aldering cocks it back, jams it. Timeout, Covenant Christian. All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Welcome back to West Ottawa. Nate Dreyer, joined by Chandler Timmer for the second half of our doubleheader here tonight from the MGN Radio Plus Game Center. CT 7-1 Grandville, 3-6 West Ottawa on the boys' side after the West Ottawa girls picked up a big win on their own right to start off the evening. We now go to this one. This Grandville team, let's start there. Coach Young's team is rolling, I think, as well as we've ever seen a Coach Young team roll. They didn't look good at all at the holiday tournament event at West Ottawa, holiday showcase event at Hudsonville. Since, it's been a different story. 35-point win over West Ottawa, or over Jenison. They then follow that up by going to Grand Blanc, to Grand Blanc's own showcase. They win that game by double digits over a Grand Blanc team that was in the Final Four the last couple of years. A much different team this year, new coaching staff. But still, huge win on the road. Coach Young's alma mater as well. I mean, this is as good as this team's looked. Honestly, they've had some big moments, of course. They've gone on some runs. They've nearly won a district. This is about as good as they've looked under Coach Young. You know, Tyson Mann said it to me when we interviewed him at the Byron Center game a couple weeks back. He said, you know, I think this team's potential, they aren't even hitting it yet. At that point, they had only lost. They were 5-1 at that point in time. Yet it felt like they were still another level. Once they started shooting, once they started playing with their size, we've seen that early.
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, you see the measurables on this team early on in the season. The height, of course, we talked about a lot in some of the early games of the season, and then the big question is just how well does it play together. I think, you know, you look across, you see the talent, and you've got a bunch of returning players, but early on in the season, they've meshed really well. They've played with great team chemistry. Kind of seems like all the pieces are there for a really good basketball team, and, of course, that lone blemish to Forest Hill Central. But other than that, I mean, a quick response. They've won a bunch in a row now, kind of turned things around and kept that rhythm going early on as they get into the OK Red.
I mean, Forest Hill Central, their only loss is to another one-loss team. 8-1, looks as good as anyone in the area as well. So I think that kind of says where Grandville's at. Where's West Ottawa at? Second-year head coach Jared Riddell coming in, filling in for a true legend in Steve Windemuller that ddid so many big things here, including a state championship final run. This team struggled, 52 points per game on the year. They're giving up over 65, 3-6. Last time out against East Kentwood, 76-25. A lot of new pieces, a couple guys we saw last year. You know, they want to go faster. They've been trying to find their identity. Been a team that's kind of lost, and you know that they're going to come out attacking really hard, defending home floor. They need to find something tonight.
Yeah, I think so. A little bit of a different story with that slower start for West Ottawa. They're kind of trying to turn things around and pretty quickly here. A big loss for them against East Kentwood, which is a tough way to start the OK Red. One of the favorites to potentially win the OK Red right away.
A team that doesn't let up at any point in the
ball
game.
Not at all. So that final score probably going to look maybe a little worse than what the game even was, but just a tough one for the Panthers. And so another opportunity against, as we said, Grandville team that's playing some really good basketball, a chance for them to try to turn their season around here on a Wednesday night.
Absolutely. All right, we got a lot more still to get to here on game night in our Centennial Securities pregame show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here from West Ottawa.
We are Centennial Securities,
an independent firm with a team of committed professionals
who strive to exceed our clients' expectations by giving outstanding service.
We're proud to be part of our community where we live and work.
You can feel confident choosing Farmers, which means a black cat doesn't always spell bad news.
What about a gang of them?
Actually, a group of cats is called a clouder. Isn't that right, tough guy?
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
MGN, here's the driver. I am Chandler 2.
Oh, wow.
We're going to leave this in.
All right.
This is staying in the show. He is Chandler Timmer. I am Nate Dreyer. This is what happens when you work together for 6 years. The names are one.
We're just one, yeah.
Chandler Timmer, Nate Dreyer. Chandler Timmer, Nate Dreyer. Michigan game night, tailgate report. We clearly have to stop talking. I do at least. I will see you all. I see you too. Friday night, Grandville, Wyoming. I think 6:30. We're on the air for that. Goodbye.
You like cartoons? This has our logo on the front, on the back. The Bulldogs, the biggest games, the best teams. That's our tagline because we do all of that, even though it makes some people mad.
So I'm glad to see that after Tuckus came and went, that. Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
That things are still on track there. God. Jennison. Things that stand out. Davison is going to kick everyone's. Bleep that. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. And he has returned. He's still on the beach. We've been bugging him about it all week long, but Chandler Timmer joins me here on the Bates Agency pregame show. CT, you seem to be doing better than the rest of us.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty nice down here.
kind of like covering basketball this way.
I'm sure you
continue
do.
looking to this moving forward.
I can't blame you one bit. All right.
Let's talk a little bit more about Forest Hill Central, because when you... Waylon Haney just hit a half-court buzzer beater to win the game. At the buzzer, the JV game. Grandville wins 55-52.
Rather than just always relying on one player.
Yeah, Scott Bates Agency pregame show continues here on game night on Michigan Sports Radio. CT, I think the next thing that you have to mention most notably in this contest is break me every time still. Every single time that happens, it gets me. The winners still go to the Heartland student section last year at the Breslin Center. Those guys win every time. Season. And we'll wrap up our broadcast with the Heinz Orthodontics smile of the game. Grown at that point guard position. Tough backcourt in general. Getting to some of those other pieces that we have out there. After 3 years, it finally almost came down on me. Good catch. I don't know what kid caught that, but that was a good catch. But regardless, a tough back.
Do you have any comments on the trolls?
No. I mean, I'm with you.
You're friends with the trolls? You are a troll?
Well, I have troll tendencies potentially when it comes to egging you on, I guess. But
your flight's at 5, or your?
Yeah, the flight out of Panama City is like at 5, and we don't get home till like midnight. So
that sucks. So you're actually, that was a lie. You're not going to be tuning in.
Yeah, no. If I'm at the airport at that time, I will be, but I'm likely missing most of it.
Okay.
We are Centennial Securities,
An independent firm with a team of committed professionals
who strive to exceed our clients' expectations by giving outstanding service.
We're proud to be part of our community where we live and work.
Upgrade to Music Jams Premium to get uninterrupted listening on all your favorite tunes. Click here to start your 7-day free trial.
If it's important, it's not worth compromising. Which is why with Farmers, you don't have to compromise quality to get great savings on your insurance. I got this.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, welcome back to Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here from West Ottawa. Getting a little bit closer to tip-off. In this one, take a look at some stats from this contest. Grandville coming in 54.8 points per game on the air, 44.3. They're giving up in really terrific the last couple defensive games. Grandville has now won 5 in a row off that lone loss earlier in the season to FHC. West Ottawa scoring 52, nearly 53 points per game on the year. They're giving up over 65, actually over 66 points per game, though. That really lies, I think, where things are going to be. West Ottawa wants to go faster. Grandville's had moments of going quicker this year. I think they're okay playing at a lot of different paces, but I think this West Ottawa team has wanted to create some chaos. They want to play a quicker game. They just haven't quite offensively been able to match that style of play. See if they can do it tonight.
Yeah, I think so. I think they've had a pretty high-scoring games throughout the course of the season. On defense, giving up 70 points a couple different times, 80 once in there as well. And so they like to play up-tempo, a lot of possessions in the basketball game. I think this Grandville team is pretty well built to handle that when they've got multiple guys that can handle the basketball. Also, as they've shown early in the season, have a bunch of shooters to go along with that. So I think it'll kind of be interesting to see that play out between the style that West Ottawa likes to play with, and I think a style that Grandville also probably is going to be comfortable with.
Grandville going with the same starting lineup we've seen all year. The one interesting note to that win over Grand Blanc, how well Carter Wade, the freshman, played. We've been saying this kid, he was hurt for the first part of the year, slow to get into it. All of a sudden, after he had to start late, he's starting to find his groove, find his confidence. He had the ball in his hands a lot down the stretch in that big game against Grand Blanc, had 15 points. So a guy like Wade coming off the bench, starting to get into the groove that we knew Carter could probably play at for the Bulldogs, a really, really big thing, going to be critical if Grandville is going to contend for this okay ride.
Yeah, I don't think a coincidence that as the Bulldogs have gone on a 5-game win streak and have really started to turn things up and look even better is right along the same timeline as when Carter Wade's been inserted into the lineup and been playing more and more minutes as they go go along. It was a really good team without him, but I think you add another ball handler, a guy that can be a guy that can facilitate the offense and score as well. It's just going to up what this Grandville team can be all the way around, and I think you saw his best performance on Saturday, scoring in double digits there. If he can be a guy that can get his own shot as a ball handler like that, if he continues to come off the bench, so you'll see his role just kind of has been continuing to expand as the season's gone along, from late in the game and some garbage time off the bench to seeing more and more minutes and some big moments as well. And so I think you'll see his role continue to grow.
Closing in on the national anthem and wrapping up our Centennial Securities pregame show very quickly, keys to the game for both these coaches.
Yeah, I think West Ottawa, they really got to figure something out offensively. Their defense giving up a lot of points. Got to find a consistent route there of who they're going to go with. They've got a couple different guys that can score the basketball pretty well. But against this Grandville side, it's going to be difficult to try to win one-on-one, the team basketball, see what they're able to do there to try to draw up some offense. I think for the Bulldogs, it's been the same recipe that they've rode the first 8 games of the season. They've got a really good mix of Highmore and Regniers coming off a triple-double in there as well, and so playing really good right now.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get ready to send it on down to the PA for this one. West Ottawa girls picked up the big win in the first night. We'll see if West Ottawa can defend home floor, make it a sweeper. If Grandville can keep rolling and get to 6 straight wins for Coach Young's team, let's send it on down to the PA and the national anthem.
Appreciate their efforts, and they deserve our respect. Please give our officials a round of applause. And now will you please rise for our national anthem.
Got your lineup set for Grandville. Their lineup we've seen all year long. DeYoung, Neves, Regneris, Heckman, and Hybor, the starters for the Bulldogs. A little bit different lineup for Coach Riddell. He's been mixing things up in the early part of the season. Makai Campos, the freshman, starts. The senior guard, John Beetham, gets to start. Hudson Vellinga, the junior guard, starts on the wing. Jake Garrett starts at another guard. The junior and Grant Honeycutt, the senior, will start up front for West Ottawa. Panthers, home whites. Grandville, traveling maroons. Left to right, the Panthers win the opening tip, and away we go as they'll set things up offensively. Campos, the 5'8 freshman, watched defensively right here out of the man-to-man pressure loosely by Colin Hybor, will start things up. Two-hand feed, right wing to Honeycutt. Back up top for Campos. Campos stops the elbow, pulls it out behind the arc. Grandville locking him down defensively. The defense for Grandville certainly has been their calling card the last couple of contests. On to Beetham, driving. The senior takes it hard to the basket, and John Beetham puts his team on the board first with a tough flinging shot in the lane.
A nice possession from the Panthers there to start the game off. Eventually get the one-on-one opportunity for Beetham, who's aggressive off the drive.
Right corner on to the Bulldogs. Hybor, right-hand shot from the corner, misses everything strong. Neves had a chance on the putback, knocked away from him. Panthers a race back the other way. Right wing, extra pass, Vellinga, triple try. Off the back rim, no. Cam Regneris rips down the rebound. Cam had a triple-double, 15 points, 12 rebounds, 13 blocks against Grand Blanc last time out for the Bulldogs senior. On his way to Grand Valley State, Hybor throws across the floor to Neves. Back to Hybor, up top. Getting a screen set from Regneris, takes to the corner, dump pass. Regneris through two defenders, left-hand lay-in, falls short, gets his rebound, puts it home. Regneris on the score sheet, and Grandville has tied the game.
It looked like Hybor might have had a chance to shoot that one a couple feet beyond the arc. The bench already was standing up expecting him to shoot that. Held on to it, and probably a good call as he was able to dump it down to Regneris, who gets close to the basket. Misses the first chance, but right there for the putback, gets the points and the rebound.
Panthers slowing it way down early in this game. Under 6.5 to go in the first quarter. 2-2 ball game. Hitting the cutting Honeycutt to the basket, and Honeycutt drives. Right-hand shot is good. Right now, some slow offense, slow developing offense, some cutting lanes developing for West Ottawa, and they'll set up some full court pressure at the Bulldogs break over the timeline. On to Heckman. No look pass, left corner. Catch and shoot three. Hybor rattles off the back rim. No. Leaping rebound down to Jake Garrett. Now the Panthers push over the timeline to Vellinga. Drives. Reverse layup. Blocked off the backboard by Regneris. Bulldogs push it the other way onto a chasing Heckman. And Heckman lost the handle. Regathers along the end line. Worked around left wing to DeYoung. Catch and shoot three for the senior. Falls short off the front rim. Rebound Hybor. Left corner Neves. Triggers a triple. Off the back rim. Too strong. Regneris chases down the rebound, and he gets grabbed and fouled by Honeycutt in the corner. Grandville couldn't get a shot to go, but grabbing rebounds winds up leading to the first foul call of the ballgame. 4-2 West Ottawa, 5:37 in the first.
Yeah, a couple offensive rebounds. Hybor able to initially get the one in the middle of the lane, keep the possession alive, and then a strong one from Regneris off the back iron as well.
Inbound inside to Cam Regneris. Right-hand shot through traffic. Blocked away, but a foul is called, and that will send Regneris to the line. That foul is on Garrett. Regneris at the line. Cam averaging 14.5 points per game on the season, and he rattles down the first free throw. He has all three of Grandville's scores so far.
Yeah, Regneris picking up right where he left off in Saturday's game, already here in the first couple minutes. A couple points, couple rebounds, a couple blocks as well.
Second free throw, 360s out, will not fall. Pushed down to John Beetham in the right wing. Beetham underhand feed up top for Campos to reset the offense here for the Panthers. 5:21 less to go. Right wing Honeycutt triggers a triple over top of Regneris. Rebound falls through the hands of a couple of Bulldogs and gets snagged by West Ottawa, and Vellinga at the free throw line. Vellinga handoff, right wing on to Garrett. Garrett spins into the lane, defended by Heckman. Throws it right wing with a right-hand pass on to Vellinga. Drives across the floor, kicks left corner to Honeycutt. Drives, kicks it right block. Garrett's pull-up jumper over top of Regneris is good. Really, really tough shot right there from Jake Garrett. It's 6-3 West Ottawa.
Garrett, as he turned the corner, looking to drive on the right side, but smart decision there, able to fade away, get over top of Regneris.
Regneris kicks it down to Heckman, takes it to the basket, blocked hard with the right hand of Honeycutt. Panthers going to push it back the other way, left to right over the timeline with Jake Garrett. Up top, Honeycutt with space, triple. Off the front rim, no. Rebound snagged down by Cam Regneris. 4.5 to go in the first quarter. Regneris down the floor. Poked into by Garrett's. Hands off for Hybor. Hybor steps out of bounds on the curl with Campos defending. West Ottawa takes it. A lot of energy both ends of the floor for the Panthers.
Yeah, coaching staff for the Panthers encouraging the defense there, playing some really tight man-to-man pressure there on ball the entire way, forcing Hybor to step out of bounds and just creating some errors well away from the basket.
Left to right, slowly over the timeline. Campos will set things up, wearing number 0 in the home white uniform for the freshman. Hybor walks in on him defensively. We'll start the 5-second clock. Pass to the right side, looking for Beetham. Goes through the hands of DeYoung as he jumped the passing lane into Coach Young and into the Grandville bench. West Ottawa keeps it right side inbound. Halfway through the quarter, kind of a slow, sloppy start for the Bulldogs. Offense has not been there. West Ottawa has had the energy both ends of the floor. Campos feeding Beetham. A drive from the senior. Kicks it to the corner for Vellinga. Vellinga driving on Wade, who's on the floor off the break for the first time. Right hand hook shot. Misses strong, but a foul on Carter Wade is going to send the Panthers to the stripe here with Vellinga.
Vellinga on the drive, got to the middle lane, and looked like he probably was going to try to kick that one out to the right wing, but felt the bump there from Wade and able to get a shot up.
First one for Vellinga, good at the stripe. His first point of the ball game. Second year we've seen Vellinga, the 6'2 junior guard and wing, up on the varsity squad for the Panthers. Second free throw, pure right down the hatch as well. He's able to hit both of them. West Ottawa brings the full court pressure into DeYoung. Lobbed on to Neves, broken over the timeline to a sprinting Wade. The freshman, wild pass, settled down Regnerus, fights it up and scores. A lot of contact, and Cam Regnerus able to get the finish. He has all 5 for the Bulldogs. 3:41 to go in the first. Campos lobs it up top, where it's chased down by Vellinga. He'll launch a deep 3 from the volleyball line over top of Neves. Rebound chased down by the Panthers. Tic-tac-toe, Campos, floater, strong. Rebound chased down by Neves. And Wade will set it up right to left over the timeline. Jump pass for Hybor. Hybor lobbing right block Regnerus. Gave a shoulder, spins, hook shot, short, rebound, Panthers Honeycutt. Campos with pace to the basket, reverse layup, good, reaching around Hybor, and West Ottawa takes a 10-5 lead on a reaching shot from the freshman.
A really difficult one there. Hybor, pretty good job, is in the right place to try to contest that one. Campos just able to get enough English.
Carter Wade jump pass left corner for Neves, drives the baseline, whips the hands free, nice right hand layup for Neves, gets it to fall high off the glass, and good high level skill shot. Grandville back within a score, 2:45 in the first.
First non-Regnerus points for the Bulldogs right there. Neves able to attack along the baseline. Tough finish there off the glass.
Beetham free throw line, up fake, got DeYoung to go past him. Launches the shot now from the free throw stripe and rattles it down. John Beetham with 4. Panthers back up 2 scores.
The Panthers offense looked pretty good here early on. Very aggressive, able to drive, get downhill.
DeYoung kicks left corner. Neves all alone, drives the basket, jams it, and one. He's fouled through the dunk. Caden Neves finishing strong with the right hand. Has a chance for one more.
Back-to-back possessions, very similar attack from Neves and the Bulldogs. Able to get it to him in the left corner where he can then slash to the basket. First time the defense there forcing him to go for the lay-in. That time had a more of a better angle. Able to go straight towards the basket, hammer that one down. Got fouled on the way up as well.
All right, here comes Danny Sitterlet in. That foul on John Beetham is his first. Honeycutt will take a seat for the Panthers. Tyler Barons also will check in. Free throw, Neves good, completes the 3-point play. Really good start for Neves. He's got 5, Regnerus has 5. That's your Grandville scoring recap. Campos again to slow it down here for the Panthers. Defended by Boston Postma, checked in for the first time for the Bulldogs. Campos drives the baseline, whipping pass, left corner Vellinga with space, 3. Off the front rim, short, rebound through the hands of Regnerus, chased down by Postma. Right to left over the timeline. Postma throws it for Cam. Cam turns the back, free throw line, bodies crashing down, no foul. Wade gets the basketball, throws to the corner. Neves, 3, splash! Grandville has taken the lead. Caden Neves, red hot, he's got 8.
It's been a very quick 8, too. 3 consecutive possessions.
Drive along the baseline for Beetham. Throws a pass to the corner, tipped out of bounds by Wade and the Bulldogs. And it'll stay with the Panthers. But how about Caden Neves again from deep? The hard finish at the rack as well. And the dunk in Grandville has finally been able to take the lead out of this game. Feed to Barons at the block. Right-hand shot swatted by Regnerus. Long rebound, right wing Vellinga. Drives into the paint. Reverse layup off the window. Reaching around Carter Wade is good. Tough shot from Vellinga. Now Grandville breaks the pressure back the other way over the timeline to Postma. reaching and looking for a passing lane, a double dribble. He stopped his dribble, he lost his head, got a little bit tied up and crossed up right there. We'll lose the possession. Ben Beetham, the junior, will check in for West Ottawa as Vellinga takes a seat. So John and Ben Beetham both out there for Coach Riddell. 14-13 West Ottawa, 1:21 in the first.
Yeah, Bulldogs trying to go quickly there. Got the ball up the floor, and then Postma wanted to dump it down on the right block to Regneris, but thought better of it. There was a Panther there trying to get in the way, held on to it, and then without thinking put the dribble back down.
Beetham mid-range shot over top of Carter Wade is good, and the junior right away off the bench with a really tough one. Inbound near side to Wade, jump pass over the timeline to Young. Grandville been able to effectively beat the pressure, working with pace, kick corner, triple try. Caden Neves rolls it out, 360, will not fall. Barron's the rebound. Campos pushing the pace onto Ben Beetham. Handoff left wing for Sitterlet. He'll drop it for Barron's, top of the key with 43 seconds. Stares at the basket, drives on Regneris, turns the back right block, feeds it right wing for Campos. Campos defended by a reaching Postma with 34 seconds. The freshman will kind of reset things. The 5-second call was on. Now it gets turned off at 3 seconds as Postma gives him some room. Right side on to John Beetham, 24 seconds. Panthers maybe looking for the final shot of the quarter right here with a 16-13 lead. That's exactly what they're doing. Ben Beetham, left wing. The junior dribbling it out with 13 seconds. Carter Wade crowds in on him defensively. Beetham with 8. Ben driving with 5. Down the right side of the lane. Reaching layup over top of Regneris, no good. Postma the board. 3-quarter court shot. Just missed it short. That's the end of one. Very good start for the Panthers. They bring energy all over the floor. And West Ottawa leads at 16-13 after one. We'll be right back.
The 76 Diner and Truck Stop would like to invite you and your families to come and check out their diner. With locations in both Byron Center and Coopersville, they're a great place to stop before or after the game. They have a wide variety of menu choices to feed all the kids. They serve breakfast hot all day, and they're able to accommodate all of your large group needs. Their full menu is available for takeout orders, and they have online ordering at 76truckstopdiner.com.
Welcome back. Second quarter. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer here from West Ottawa. 16-13 after one. West Ottawa leading Grandville. Panthers really jumped all over it, and they scored up and down the lineup. John Beetham with 4. Ben Beetham scored off the bench. Campos scored. Vellinga scored. Honeycutt scored. They really kind of up and down their lineup. Found a lot of scores in that first quarter and had a fast and efficient attack.
Yeah, they were able to go pretty quickly and then attack. They have multiple ball handlers, able to drive and get close to the basket. Regneris had some blocks down there, but for the most part, they've been able to draw him away from the basket a little bit and then attack.
Jackson DeYoung with the basketball, feeds down low. Regneris, he is triple teamed, and he travels as he shuffles the feet through the traffic. West Ottawa takes over. Home white jerseys going left to right across your radio dial for the Panthers. Bulldogs in the home maroons. Man-to-man pressure. Ball gets started up here by the junior guard, Jake Garrett's, defended by the Bulldog freshman Carter Wade. Bulldogs send a quick double team, pass to the corner, on to Sitterlet, drives the baseline, jump pass, tips off of Regneris, out of bounds. To baseline left, and it will be Garrett's to throw in here for the Panthers. 7:39 in the second. 3-point lead for West Ottawa. Left corner for Barons. Up top for Ben Beetham. Just Ben, not John, or actually Ben and John both out there on the floor right now. Beetham, left wing, working around the screen. Shot from the free throw line off the back rim. Good rebound to Caden Neves. He's been terrific. Grandville over the timeline with pace. Wade. Left corner DeYoung. Left wing Wade. Up top for Neves. Panthers out of a physical man defense. Regneris draws traffic. Extra pass to Young. Works the baseline. Got it to Cam. Flies to the basket. Two-hand shot. Blocked from all directions and fouled. Cam Regneris to the line. Nice ball movement that possession by Grandville.
Yeah, able to dump it down to Regneris a couple different times in the paint. First time the defense immediately, you can see the attention being paid to Regneris when he gets the basketball. The Panthers going to have a hard time finding that one-on-one matchup in the paint for Regneris, but they send a lot of attention his way. Regneris able to get out of there, but then a nice re-entry pass to get Cam set up.
Bulldog big senior able to splash down the first one. He has another coming. 12 in the maroon uniforms. Bends the knees, right-hand free throw. Off the connector, no good. Leaping rebound snagged down by Sitterlet. Here come the Panthers. Pushed on to Barron's right corner. Right wing to Garrett's. Crossing up Wade to the top of the key for John Beetham. John working the right-hand dribble. Blows by Postma. Right-hand shot blocked away by Regnerus. Board down to Wade. Wade pushes it to Neves. Neves to the basket. Left-hand layup. Rolls out. Rebound Sitterlet. Panthers push over the timeline to John Beetham. John out of the corner, trying to hit Sitterlet. Poked by Postma, taken by Ben Beetham. Handoff, Sitterlet, right corner, 3. Off the connector, no. Rebound, Ben Beetham. Power dribble, handoff, free throw line. Sitterlet poked and stolen by Wade. All the way to the basket. Right-hand layup is good. We're tied at 16. Nice two-end play out of Carter Wade right there. All knotted 16 all.
Able to poke that one free, and then the effort to chase it all the way down. Finish it on the other end. Carter Wade, some strong minutes here after not starting, coming in again off the bench. He's had some really nice passes up the floor. Neves on that one came up just a little bit short, but Carter Wade again playing really good here early on.
Barron's in the paint, left wing exit pass for Beetham. Drives, Ben Beetham to the basket, right-hand layup, but a foul is called on the floor on Postma before he got the shot off. Makai Kempos, Hudson Vellingo will check in for West Ottawa here. That is foul number 1 on Postma, 1 on either team in the quarter. No one's taken a timeout yet in the ball game. 6:09 to go, second quarter. Baseline left inbound, staying on the tee and west of West Ottawa along the baseline. Campos throws in left corner for Barons. Jabs, starts the dribble. Right hand push feed, right wing for Ben Beetham. Beetham around a poking defense to the top of the key. Down the right side of the lane, Ben. Handoff, Sitterlet. Sitterlet spinning in, poked by Neves, straight into the hands of Ben Beetham, right corner. Lobs up top for Vellinga. Handoff for a curling Campos, who will reset the offense here for Coach Riddell. 5:47, second quarter, knotted at 16. Grandville looking to win their 6th in a row. West Ottawa trying to get off a bit of a schneid here in the early part of the season at home. Campos, baseline drive, whipping pass, all alone. Barons misses the open layup and then fouls Regnerus on the fight for the rebound. Grandville takes it. Nice feed from the freshman, but Barons just can't quite finish.
Really well done by the Panthers there offensively. They've been going pretty quick. That time a pretty slow set. Did a tremendous job. Had Sitterlet cut through there, drew Regnerus over, and allowed the lane for Barons to try to cut and make that lay-in.
Full court man defense from the Panthers. Freshman on freshman. Campos gets Wade to stop up, throws over the timeline to DeYoung. He is fouled by a diving and reaching Ben Beetham at center court. That'll be the 3rd foul on the Panthers. West Ottawa has upped the contact and intensity on their defense quite a bit right now.
Yeah, trying to force some turnovers in that pressure. Good news for the Bulldogs right now. They've got a couple ball handlers in there. Both Wade and DeYoung can handle the basketball for this offense and try to bring it up there. You saw those two guys be able to work together through some pressure, some contact there late.
Highbor Vanderhart on the floor. Neves and Postma takes a seat. Inbounded through the pressure into the backcourt to Cam Regnerus. Defended by Barons over the timeline. Underhand feed looking for the corner is going to go West Ottawa's way. The officials kind of looked at each other on if it was tipped out or not. It will be Panther basketball. 5:18 in the second. Knotted at 16.
It looked like Regnerus was just kind of underhand, kind of flipped that one to Highbor, who might have had a look from the corner. But it was tough to see if it got bumped by a Panther on the way out or just kind of an errant pass underhand from Regnerus.
Campos, right corner for Sitterlet. Driving, spinning down to the block, defended by Highbor. Left-hand hook shot short. Rebound Cam Regnerus on to Wade. Wade up the right side of the floor with a little bit of pace over the timeline. Hesitates, drives to the basket. What a feed! Underhand on the Highbor, who gets the finish in close. What a pass by the freshman, now stolen by DeYoung of the Bulldogs. DeYoung for Regnerus, free throw line. Turns the back, left wing, Wade, triple try, splash! What a couple of moments and possessions for the Bulldog freshman. Timeout from Coach Riddell. Unbelievable Carter Wade.
Carter Wade, the vision on that pass was going to go drive to the right side for the lay-in. Elevated, saw the defender flying over and able to dump it off to Highbor. Great pass to slip it down there. Get Highbor's first points of the game, and then right away off the steal, able to get a couple passes and then an open 3, and Wade right away gets rewarded with a 3 of his own.
And we, of course, as always, thank Farmers Insurance, Centennial Securities for presenting Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio, staying with you kind of through this time out here that Coach Riddell took. I mean, Grandville the last couple years under Coach Young, we've talked about this team as a defensive team, a little bit slower paced team. This is a game that West Ottawa has wanted to make wild and make crazy, make it full court, make it what we wondered, this team full of forwards, can they play that? And as the things gotten wilder, I think Grandville's gotten more effective.
Yeah, they've kind of figured things out. 8-0 run here to start the second quarter. Got themselves the lead after a sloppy first. They were kind of adjusting to the speed at West Ottawa was playing at, and I think the adjustment here from Coach Young is having Wade and Young both on the floor at the same time. Extra guard out there that can handle the basketball, run the offense a little bit, handle some of this pressure. Still have your scorers and your size out there, and you can rotate those guys in.
All right, both teams break. Grandville traveling maroon uniforms, home whites for West Ottawa. See Elijah Reynolds check in for the first time here tonight for Coach Riddell. Grandville will bring Xander Sorokin in for the first time. Honeycutt, part of the unit, out there for the Panthers. Left to right over the timeline, Makai Campos with 4.5 to go in the first half. Throws up top on to Reynolds. Grandville, they're patted man-to-man, high physicality defense. Reynolds drives over top of Regneris. Cam took a big block attempt at that one, got a piece of it, tries to then kick the inbound or punch the inbound or rebound into Carter Wade. He steps on the end line doing so. West Ottawa keeps it baseline left right in front of the Black Hole student section. Campos, left corner, Honeycutt, jabbing. Hands off for Ben Beetham, defended by Sorokin, left wing. He'll back it out. Beetham restarts the attack. Spinning free throw line. Kicks it with two hands up top for Vellinga. Double teamed at the free throw line. Kicks it right wing on a skip to Beetham. Beetham, screen, fakes a three, throws right corner, catch and shoot three from the lefty. Reynolds falls short, rebound Sorokin, poked from behind. Sorokin falling to the floor along with Regneris, able to save the possession up top here. Left corner for Sorokin. Sorokin around a screen, chased down defensively by Campos. Hands off for Wade, the Bulldog freshman who has not left the floor since he came in early in that first quarter. Hand off Vanderhart, the sophomore, defended by Honeycutt to the top of the key. Dribbles, right corner for Hybor. Hybor, jumping pass, stolen away by Vellinga. Vellinga racing to the basket, whips the hands free. Two-hand shot, strong off the back rim. Hybor back the other way, right to left. Hybor, left corner. Wade, catch and shoot three. Rattles out, leaping high. Rebound down to Elijah Reynolds and the Panthers. 3:20 to go, second quarter. Now West Ottawa running. Hand off left corner for Vellinga. Drives, jump pass, up top. Beetham, 23-foot three. Connector no good. Rebound Cam Regneris. On to Sorokin, right to left. Grandville to run again. Underhand, Hybor. Up top, Sorokin. Left wing, Wade lobs it, leaping Regneris. Right corner, Vanderhart with space. Triple try, splash. The freshman gets on the score sheet, 24-16.
Another guy for the Bulldogs that can really shoot the basketball effectively. Off the bench here, gets his first open look, and a nice feed from Regneris across.
Feed to Vellinga, drives, takes a bunch of contact from Cam Regneris. Right-hand layup is no good. The foul is actually going to be on Carter Wade, though. Second foul on Wade, second on the team of the quarter. 2:46 to go in the quarter. And West Ottawa a chance to get their first points of this second frame of play after Grandville's defense has really come to the forefront. First free throw is down the hatch, good for Vellinga. He's got 5 now.
Bulldogs defense has been able to hold up in transition, been able to get back, stop the ball initially, and then try to lock in the half court. Really frustrated the Panthers here in the second quarter to this point.
John in for Ben Beetham. Second free throw off the connector, no good. Rebound tip to the corner. Chased down first by the Panthers. Worked around up top. Vellinga, deep triple. Good. Over top of Cam Regneris. Tough three from Vellinga. He's got 8. And West Ottawa is within 4.
The Panthers haven't been afraid to shoot it from well beyond the arc. They've had a couple different looks at it. Vellinga there cashing in on that one.
Extra pass to the right corner for DeYoung. Whips it just past the free throw line. Regneris, right corner, all alone. Hybor, 3 off the back rim, no. Racing for his own rebound. He and Honeycutt got tied up. It was kind of poked out of bounds and stabbed out of bounds by Hybor, and West Ottawa will take it. Caden Neves will check in for the Bulldogs for Hybor. My favorite part, by the way, about this in the booth coverage is like when I make the motion that we can't do video at some different places, so essentially I'm just going to act out what happens sometimes while I'm trying to think of the word. Left to right over the timeline, here comes Campos and the Panthers. They're going to slow it way down right here with 2:11 and less in the second quarter. Grandville by 4 in a back and forth contest. Vanderhart, the defense on the Panther freshman. Campos to the left side of the floor around a Honeycutt screen. Left corner, Campos tripped up, out of bounds, goes diving along the end line, and the Bulldogs will take it over.
Yeah, Campos looking for potentially a blocking foul there as he was trying to turn the corner, but Sorokin doing a nice job moving the feet, staying in front, avoiding the contact, but still staying in front.
Grandville beats a full court press onto DeYoung. Hands off. Neves hangs in the air, draws the contact from Honeycutt. Right-hand shot blocked away, but a foul, and that will send Neves to the line. Fourth of the team in the quarter on West Ottawa.
I've kind of seen a change now in the second quarter where the Panthers have had some slower possessions, seen them trying to slow and grind and figure some stuff out, and then right away the Bulldogs the one getting out and running. Transition opportunity for Neves. Nice little hesitation, able to float there in the air just long enough to draw some contact.
Neves able to hit the first. One more, and he can get into double-digit scoring in this ball game. Jake Garrett's back in here for Reynolds. Second free throw. The right-hand overhead motion is good for Caden Neves. Really terrific game for him. He's now got 10 of Grandville's 26 and a 6-point lead for the Bulldogs. Man-to-man defense for the Dogs. Up top, Honeycutt with a right-hand dribble, bounding down the right side of the lane, locked up right block by Regnerus. Handoff for Campos. Curls, gives it right corner. Honeycutt, triple over top of Cam, on the floor to a side scrum, rolls out right corner on to Garrett. Extra pass left corner. Panthers keep it with Vellinga. Vellinga exits, hands it up top. John Beetham. Beetham drives, left side, cut off, fouled. Left elbow by Vanderhart. Third foul of the quarter on the Bulldogs.
John Beetham catching the basketball there very quick, able to get that first step. Beats Vanderhart initially off the bounce and forces a little bit of contact there to try to recover.
Beetham inbound left block. Honeycutt kicks it up top for Garrett. So hand off Vellinga. Loosely watched defensively by Caden Neves. They'll drop it just in front of the timeline to Campos. Reset the offense with 1:15 and less. Vanderhart watching him loosely. Now here comes Vanderhart. The Panthers may be thinking holding for the final shot right here. This is a Steve Windemuller special. He hasn't been here for a couple of years, but this is what he would do in this moment. Honeycutt behind the back dribble, free throw line. Cut off at the block, gives it left corner. Campos, jump pass, free throw line. Honeycutt, mid-range jumper strong. Rebound Regnerus with 53 seconds. Overhand flip pass over the timeline onto Vanderhart. Vanderhart, right corner for Neves. Neves, two-hand feed, left wing, Sorokin. Sorokin bounding into the lane, left corner, DeYoung, all alone, triple, splash, right down the hatch, absolutely pure for Jackson DeYoung. Grandville by 9.
DeYoung able to set himself up there in the corner, and as Sorokin makes that move to try to split between the defenders, draws the extra help that way, opens up that look for DeYoung.
25 seconds in the quarter, Bulldogs by 9. Vellinga, top of the key. Looking to drive on Neves, spins, right-hand shot, free throw line blocked by Neves. Gives it on to DeYoung. DeYoung to the basket, reverse layup, kind of hung on the rim, would not go. Neves tries to jam home the rebound. He gets rejected by the rim. West Ottawa runs the other way. Beetham, hands off. Vellinga, triple try, short, 5 seconds on the clock. On to Sorokin. Gave it all the way behind the defense to DeYoung. Right-hand layup from DeYoung at the buzzer is good, and Grandville will take a double-digit advantage into the break thanks to a huge second quarter out of the Dogs. They outscore West Ottawa by 11 in that second quarter after we were all tied coming into the second quarter of play. Let's transition officially now into our Farmers Insurance halftime show. GCT, like I said, a grind for Grandville first quarter, didn't fully get into the rhythm. West Ottawa was scoring the second quarter, though. The intensity, the chaos in the game kind of picked up. A lot of times that may not be where Grandville wants to be. Certainly looked like that's where they wanted to be. They were running, they were scoring, and the Bulldog defense looked like the Grandville defense in that second quarter that we know.
They were able to make the adjustment early on. The thing that was really bothering them, they were missing some shots, looked like they were uncomfortable playing at that tempo. They turned that into their strength, made a couple adjustments with their lineup and who was on the floor at the same time, but really excelled there in the second quarter, turned this game completely around, gave up just 4 points in the second quarter as well on the defensive end.
All right, lot to get to. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on our Farmers Insurance halftime show. Grandville 31, West Ottawa 20 at the break.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. future in fighting crime, want to save lives, do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage. Have you recently collided with a deer or been caught in an unfortunate accident? Don't worry, Car Center Collision and Glass is your trusted partner to bring your vehicle back to life. With convenient branches in Cedar Springs, Burton Heights, Alpine, and Big Rapids, we're right around the corner to provide expert assistance. From collision repairs to mechanical fixes, we're your one-stop solution for all your car needs. Check us out at carcentermi.com.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Michigan hearing experts sell and service several brands of hearing aids. Are you having trouble having a conversation or unable to hear the latest play of the game? We perform comprehensive hearing exams and use real ear measurements to ensure optimal functioning hearing aids for your unique needs. Our highly trained doctors of audiology are dedicated to helping you reconnect with your world. Visit MichiganHearingExperts.com to find a location near you and take the first step towards better hearing with Michigan Hearing Expert.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at grshof.com.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, Farmers Insurance Halftime Show here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Radio Plus coverage here tonight. Grandville leading 31-20 at the break. Caden Neves the leading scorer for the Bulldogs with 10. Bellinga leading the scoring charge for West Ottawa with 8. CT, for a complete scoring recap, we go to you.
All right, yep, for the Panthers, as you said, Bellinga led the way, 8 points. Then it was John Beetham with 4, and Campos with 2. Ben Beetham had 2, Garrett's with 2, and Honeycutt with 2. For the Bulldogs, Neves with 10, and then Regnier 6, Young with 5, Wade also with 5, Vanderhart had a 3, and Hybor with 2.
Yeah, a balanced scoring attack for certain. Big part of what West Ottawa had going on in that first half of play. But for Grandville, let's talk about Caden Neves again, the junior, their leading scorer. That was he's averaging 9 points per game on the year. I think he's had some good starts and some good play. I think all around what he did in terms of energy, pace, hitting shots, the attack at the rim, the dunk through traffic, probably the best half of play we've seen out of Neves so far from a Bulldog perspective. In a game that Cam was a little bit quieter, 6 points, and his offense wasn't rolling as well as maybe it always is for him. That was big for Grandville and a big part of why they have an 11-point lead.
He was a huge part of them, the Bulldogs settling in there a little bit in the second quarter, and I think, early on playing up-tempo, they made the adjustment to bring Wade, another ball handler, in there who can run the offense. He made some tremendous passes down the floor, could have had even a few more assists in there as well, along with a couple that he did have, and then I think his ability to shoot the basketball as well just helped settle things down down. It was kind of a up and down the floor first half, and they were able to take Regnerus and some of the half-court sets out of it, bringing Wade in his ability to distribute and also shoot the ball really helped the Bulldogs out.
Yep, we are going to try something now. I say that because I'm not actually 100% sure if it's going to work right away, but we are going to try something. And that is radio highlights from the contest. There should be sound of this. We'll see if there is sound, but this is the Caden Neves dunk from earlier. He's all alone, drives the basket, jams it, and one. He's fouled through the dunk. Caden Neves finishing strong with the right hand, has a chance for one more.
Back-to-back possessions, very similar attack from Neves and the Bull.
I think that worked, and I inside baseball, there's some things we're kind of, I'm learning myself with all of our different tools on this great new software, this production truck software that we can use, and being able to kind of cut the clip right and so forth. It probably started a little bit later than maybe wanted, but that's Caden Neves dunking. He had another dunk that he attempted. He is as athletic of a player, if nothing else, that we've seen run through Grandville basketball in quite a while. I mean, we saw it in that first half.
Yeah, I think so. I think he can really, as a wing player, do a lot of different things for this team. He can shoot the basketball really well. He's really turned it up there and hitting a high percentage of his shots, and then just has the size and the ability to handle the basketball and attack and slash from the wing as well, and seen that ability there a couple different times along the baseline.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. Be right back. 31-20 Grandville at the half. When we come back, second half of action here in the second OK Red Conference game of the year for each of these two.
We are Centennial Securities,
an independent firm with a team of committed professionals
who strive to exceed our clients' expectations by giving outstanding service.
We're proud to be part of our community where we live and work.
Upgrade to Music Jams Premium to get uninterrupted listening on all your favorite tunes. Click here to start your 7-day free trial.
If it's important, it's not worth compromising. Which is why with Farmers, you don't have to compromise quality to get great savings on your insurance. I got this.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. Second half, 31-20 at the break. Grandville over West Ottawa. What are the keys to the second half in this one, CT, for each of these coaching staffs?
Yeah, I think the Panthers probably going to look to keep the tempo up a little bit, even though the Bulldogs adjusted pretty well to it. I think that was when they're at their best. They've got multiple guys that can attack and off the dribble and hurt you with the bounce. I think they need to find a way to draw Regnerus away from underneath the basket when Regnerus can kind of just lurk there in the paint. They had some issues. He was blocking a lot of different shots when they kind of go that 5-out offense. If they're able to draw him out from underneath the basket and then attack towards it, it's going to be their best bet offensively. I think for the Bulldogs, turn things around there in the second quarter, but a slow first half from Colin Highboard, just 2 points. He's been tremendous for the Bulldogs here early on. I look for maybe Grandville offense and try to get him going a little bit, get him some open looks, and try to get him in a rhythm to start the second half.
All right, final couple of seconds. You can see on your scoreboard graphic off the clock. Ready to restart our MGN Radio Plus coverage. I've been annoying saying that because that was part of our rebrand with some of the coverage this week. We've been trying to find what should the name for this be that we do, because it isn't just radio, obviously. Now we've added stats and whatever over-the-top idea comes to mind. But so that's it. That's the logo. MGN Radio Plus coverage, also MGN live stream video coverage. That little logo, like you see at the top, will be on the stream graphic that we put out on both the MSR page and the YouTube page, so you can easily know, is this stream a radio stream? Is it a video stream? By the time we get to the playoffs, they'll all be radio streams, you know that. But things change up based on where we are and some of the different rules. West Ottawa has the ball. Home white jerseys to start the second half of play. Baseline drive from Makai Kempos. Steps on the end line as he tries to whip a pass with the right hand. Grandville takes it over. West Ottawa will bring the full court pressures. The Bulldogs go left to right here. DeYoung throws into Regnerus. Back to DeYoung. On to Wade. It's Carter Wade, not Corbin Heckman, starting the second half here for the Bulldogs. DeYoung on the right wing. Regnerus into the paint. Right-hand shot hanging in the air, draws the contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
And the Bulldogs using Wade and DeYoung together on the floor has been really effective for them. Wade initially with the dribble, gets it up to DeYoung, who then has the vision to find Regnieris. The Panthers still in that pressure, leaving that lane open enough for Regnieris to make a move.
Right hand free throw too strong, does not go for Regnieris. He's got another one. Second one, overhead free throw off the back rim, no good. And a foul on the fight for the rebound, going to be on Honeycutt. He fouled Caden Neves as Neves skied for that basketball, kind of held him down. And the Panthers will still not get possession as Wade will throw it in from baseline left. Sitterlet will come in for Honeycutt. That's the fourth foul on Honeycutt.
Yeah, great effort by Neves off the missed rebound, able to make a move and get in front of Honeycutt, force the push in the back, Honeycutt trying to maneuver Neves, but it was too late to do that.
Wade lobs it up left wing for Regnieris. Handoff, Highbore, right wing DeYoung, swings it over for Carter Wade in the wing, defended there by Campos. Freshman on freshman right here. Jump pass, left block, Regnieris. Up top, Neves with space. Three, off the back rim, no. Chase to the rebound, bounces off of Neves, off of Regnieris. Regnieris takes it, drives to the basket, left-hand layup through a late arriving contact is good for Regnieris. He's got 8, Grandville pushes the lead to 13. Panthers all the way back the other way, wild possession. Up top, Beetham, race to the ball, fouled by DeYoung. First of the quarter on the Bulldogs, 7:04 in the third.
Coach Young doesn't like that foul. DeYoung just trying to make a play on the basketball, but on the other end, Regnieris could see his eyes light up after he got the offensive rebound. Defense still trying to reset. Lane wide open. Regnieris doesn't get to see that very often, able to make the move from the wing and attack. Came a little bit short on the dunk, but still able to drop it in.
John Beetham, top of the key, defended by Jackson DeYoung. Behind the back dribble, lost the handle. Bodies crashing on the floor. Secured on a drive to the basket by Garrett's. Right-hand flip shot short. Rebound DeYoung. He's weaving through the defense. Right wing for Wade on a wild pass. Settles it down. Kicks inside Regnieris. Hook shot with the left, no. Grabs his own rebound. Power dribble. Travel is the call as he turns, and West Ottawa will take it with 6:38 in the second. Grandville by 13, 33-20.
Initially going to a bit of a little hook shot with the left hand there, came up short off the front iron. The offensive rebound worked pretty well, though. He was able to reposition himself a little bit closer to the basket. Defense still there and forcing him to try to make that last spin move in the travel, though. That's where the issues came in. Regnieris just a little bit short.
Campos, right wing, Sitterlet looks at the basket, stutters, triple try over top of Regnieris, strong, rebound down to Neves, throws it over the timeline to Carter Wade, weaving through the defense, handoff, left wing Highbore, back up top for Wade, whips it with two hands, extra pass, right corner, Neves, lobs it over top of the defense to Wade, up fake, drive, floater, good. Tough one from Carter Wade, 35-20 Grandville, 7 for the freshman.
It looked like Wade might have got bumped as he was going up with that shot, too. I'm not really sure how he got that one to drop in. He was kind of off balance. Nice little fake swing pass out to the left corner and then able to drive.
John Beetham driving, right-hand shot on a floater. Hangs on the back rim, will not fall, but a foul on Jackson DeYoung, who hacked him across the right arm. And Beetham will go to the stripe. That's the second foul on Jackson DeYoung, 2 on either team this quarter. Beetham, 5'11", senior. Seen him on varsity, I think, all 4 years. He came up, I believe, as a freshman. Right-hand free throw is pure, and West Ottawa is on the score sheet for the first time in this quarter. One more. Beetham wears number 3, all-white uniform, black shoes, white socks, bends the knees. Right-hand free throw, good. Able to hit them both at the line. Beetham has 6, and the Panthers bring full-court pressure on here. DeYoung inbounds left side to Wade. Wade over the defense. What a pass onto Highbore. Lost the handle. West Ottawa takes it over. Carter Wade, he's a freshman, makes some reaching passes around defenders, reading the defense. I mean, his teammates sometimes don't quite pick him up because they're not expecting that the ball is going to find its way through 2 defenders in that angle. He's finding his rhythm more and more. This kid is special.
Yeah, he sure is. I think the ability to see that, number one, but then also to fit that pass in there, that's a tough little window to try to slip that skip pass in.
Handoff, John Beetham, 22'3", falls short off the front rim, rebounds straight down to Garrett, gives it right corner, Sitterlet, catch and shoot 3, right down the hatch, good for Danny Sitterlet. 10-point game. Left to right, over the timeline to Vanderhart. Vanderhart, DeYoung, right wing, Wade. Up top with space, DeYoung, 3, right down the hatch and good. Great game continuing for DeYoung as well, 38-25 Grandville.
Second triple for DeYoung. Wade the extra pass, able to get it to him, and DeYoung again knocking down from deep.
Right wing, Sitterlet, Grandville bench wanted a foul. It's turned over to DeYoung anyway, weaving through the defense. Underhand feed nicely on to Neves, right corner. Neves rocking with it, right wing DeYoung. Lob pass, right elbow, Regnerus spinning into the lane. Up top with space, Wade, three, got another one. 41-25, Grandville. Carter Wade with 10 for the freshman.
The shooting playing really well for the Bulldogs right now. Regnerus able to dump it off from the post touch. Bulldogs going to force a timeout here as they continue to shoot the ball really well.
Panthers take a full timeout. We will take one as well. Be right back here from West Ottawa.
It's a beautiful time of year, but for many, it is also the beginning of allergy season, which means lots of sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, runny nose, constant drainage, or ear pressure. These are all allergy symptoms we regularly treat. Don't let your allergy stop you from enjoying what you love to do outdoors. We have several ear, nose, throat, and allergy specialists ready to see you. Find us online at MichiganENTallergy.com. We look forward to helping you enjoy the outdoors again.
All right, welcome back. Nate Trier, Chinle Timber, 4:40 to go, third quarter. Granville taking over, and it's being led by the freshman Carter Wade. 10 points off the bench to start the game off the bench. Started the second half, working to pace. We just set off the air. I don't want to go too far with this, but we just set off the air. This Granville team, with all their length, with their shooting, with their ability to play multiple paces, with guard play coming in, they're starting to remind me a little bit of that really good 2020, 2019 Hudsonville team a little bit, with the size, Max Perez at guard, what they brought around it. I mean, you hate to go that far and say this team is like that, but they remind me of that because they're so big. They can run, they can go slow, they can grind, they can score at multiple levels. This Grandville team, when they're at their best, are as good as almost anyone in this state at their best.
Yeah, that's what they've shown early on in the season.
Inbound stolen by Carter Wade. Wade driving to the basket, lost his footing, hands off for Regnerus, floater in the lane. Good for Cam, 43-25 Grandville. Regnerus into double digits. Neves, Wade, and Cam all with 10. Drive to the basket from Campos, the freshman. Whips the right hand free, followed by Wade on the shot. He'll go to the line for a couple. That's team foul 3 on the Bulldogs and foul 3 on Carter Wade. Probably the one thing with the freshman to watch is we've seen him pick up some fouls sometimes with his aggressive play. He's over asking for clarification from the official right now on that call. First free throw falls short. And one more coming up here from Campos.
That's what the Panthers were able to do early on when they took the lead in the first quarter. Run in transition a little bit before the Bulldogs and the post defense could get there. Their guards were able to get into the paint and attack. Got away from that a little bit as the game changed, but here trying to get back to it in the third quarter. John Beetham earlier, now Campos with an opportunity.
One more for the freshman at the line. Right-hand free throw, able to knock it down, and Campos adds to his total. 3 now in the ball game. DeYoung, pressured by Campos, spins over the timeline. Jump pass, Sorokin settles it, throws into the paint for Connolly, who's out there for the first time. Turning shot off the back rim, no. Rebound down to Ben Beetham, he's off and running. Beetham, handoff, Bellinga, top of the key, driving around Neves towards the basket. Push shot, strong. Rebound, out of bounds, and poked out last by the Panthers. Grandville takes it with 4:04 in the third. It'll be Vanderhart to inbound. Along the end line to Sorokin against the pressure. Back to Vanderhart. Vanderhart, near side pass to Young, able to rip it away from the defender over the timeline to Neves. Extra pass, Connolly, easy 2 as he got open and lays into the left. Nice find from Caden Neves.
Connolly able to get that one from the left side. Got a post touch on the right, just rushed it a little bit.
Straight steal from DeYoung, took it right away from the defender, drives to the basket and scores. Great game continues for DeYoung, a straight pocket pick and a score. Grandville by 21.
Yeah, DeYoung double digits now too. He got 10 points there, the steal and the finish.
Drive to the basket from John Beetham, and he is fouled, and he will go to the line. That's foul is the first on Connolly. Free throw rattles home for Beetham. He has 7 off the made first free throw. Neves will check out for the Bulldogs. Postman will check in. One more at the line here for Beetham. Bends the knees, right foot just in front of the left, and he hits that one pure. He's been good at the line, and Beetham leads the way offensively for the Panthers. Vanderhart baseballs it all the way down the floor on to Postma. No-look feed to Sorokin. Reverse layup rejected hard. Back the other way comes Reynolds. Over the timeline to Ben Beetham. Ben to John, left wing. John drives the baseline. Nice layup. Reaching around the defender. Scores it off the window. Beetham into double digits.
Yeah, Beetham off the dribble has been the best attack for the Panthers.
Connolly beats the pressure, takes it all the way to the rack, hesitates, hook shot, good off the window. 49-30 Grandville, under 3 to go in the third. Drive from Reynolds, left-hand shot deflected away by Connolly. Here's Postma left to right, running with it for the Dogs. Weaving over the half-court line, Postma stops top of the key. Lobs it left wing for Heckman. Heckman out of the corner, driving past Behrens, dumping pass, right wing, Vanderhart, 3 off the connector, no. Reynolds the board for West Ottawa. Defense clears out for the Dogs, 2.5 in the third, Grandville by 19. John Beetham to the rack, reverse layup, reaching around Vanderhart is good. Beetham has found some really good finishes down the stretch right here.
Yeah, 8 points now in the third quarter for John Beetham, and very aggressive again, able to quickly turn and penetrate there, able to go to the left side.
Left wing Sorokin after Grandville beats the full court pressure, jumps through a pair of defenders, lost it, regathers, right corner Vanderhart, steps around a defender, triggers a triple, off the back rim, no, good move, can't get the finish. Reynolds, the second chance rebound for the Panthers, pushes over the timeline to John Beetham. Beetham to the rack, whips the hands free, hangs on the front rim, the ball does not fall, but he is fouled, and that will send Beetham to the line to shoot a couple. That's foul number 2 on Boston Postma, by the way.
You know, the Bulldogs have had misses on the offensive end, then the Panthers now just getting out and running quickly, getting the ball up to John Beetham as fast as they can, allowing him and his speed to blow past the Bulldog defenders. It's been effective for him now in the last couple possessions.
First one short for Beetham. Highboard checks in, and in Grandville, 4 players. See him on your screen at 10 points even and in double digits. One more here for Beetham, who's the leading scorer in the game with 12. Free throw good. Full court pressure going to be set up right here out of the break by the Panthers. Neves, Regneris, Wade all remain on the Grandville bench. Heckman to throw it in right here. As Coach Young's working on a couple different units. Up 49-33. Postma throws it over the timeline, goes off the back of the foot of Gibson Connolly, who wasn't ready for it, out of bounds, and the Panthers take it over the 150 in the third.
I've seen that overhand baseball pass down the floor a couple times for the Bulldogs and forced a little bit. The Panthers have been there to try to chase that one down. That one gets deflected and out of bounds, and don't think Coach Young loves that pass all the way down the floor. If it's there, of course, they're going to take it.
Beetham handoff. Reynolds drives to the basket. Left-hand hook shot off the window and good for Elijah Reynolds. 49-35 with 90 seconds in the third quarter. Left to right over the timeline. Behind the back dribble for Heckman. Gets himself free. Heckman all the way to the basket. Right-hand shot. Good. And a foul. Tough finish from Corbin Heckman. Grandville goes to 51-35 with a chance for one more at the stripe.
Yeah, Heckman now in the third quarter after finding himself on the bench for a while earlier on in the game. Able to take over there off the dribble, use his size in the lane, got bumped a little bit, able to finish that shot.
Heckman can't finish on the free throw, but the rebound is down to Postma. Postma has it poked away by a sprinting Tyler Behrens. Behrens elevates, rises, right-hand shot off the window and good. Full court pressure on from Ben Beetham, and Beetham along the end line knocks it back out of bounds. Grandville will inbound this one with Corbin Heckman to throw in. 1:12 to go, third quarter, 51-37 Grandville. Heckman directing traffic, got it into Postma, ripping away from Ben Beetham. Trapped up, back to Heckman. In the backcourt, Heckman stops up, two-hand feed over the timeline, picked away by Garretts. He'll throw it over the timeline, stolen right away from him by Heckman, and now Sorokin gets an easy feed over the timeline. Left corner for Postma. Postma lobbing across, Heckman right corner, drives the baseline, pull-up floater, good. Nice little creative move right there from Heckman on the little kind of pull-up floater off the stutter step. 53-37 Grandville, 43 seconds in the third. Behrens behind the back dribble, inside, stolen straight away by Gibby Connolly over the timeline for Highbor. Highbor, Heckman, right wing, steps into a triple. Rattles out, rebound, Connolly put back short. Board down to Reynolds and the Panthers. 24 seconds in the third. Grandville 53, West Ottawa 37. Reynolds drives the basket, reverse layup, rolls out, no good. Rebound Heckman. Hackman stops in the backcourt, got run into, no foul call. Taken here by Garretts and the Panthers off the loose basketball. Now Garretts has it nearly stolen away by Hackman. He'll hand it off for Behrens. Behrens up fake, draws contact from a couple of defenders, flings it up, and Behrens will go to the line for two as the Panthers are in the bonus regardless.
Yeah, things getting a little hectic here at the end of the third quarter. Some long passes, some turnovers down, up and down the floor, and then quite a bit of contact as well. Both sides kind of getting bumped around a little bit. No call there till late, just under 4 seconds. Panthers going to get some free throws.
Behrens rattles home the first. Panthers big changes. Trailer in for the first time. Vellinga in. Connor Knapp set to check in as well. As Coach Riddell going deep into his bench, he'll bring Makai Campos out. It will be Knapp coming in for the shooter, Behrens, in just a moment. So kind of a line change with 3.5 seconds before the end of the third quarter for Coach Riddell. They had 6 Panthers on the floor for about 30 seconds there. Get that cleaned up. One more at the line here for Behrens. Right foot just offset in front of the left. Spins it in the left hand. Right hand free throw. Rattles out. Rebound Connolly with 3 seconds. On to Hybor. He'll throw it over the timeline to Postma. Postma triggers a 3. Off the glass, no good. He got it off late anyway. That'll do it for the third quarter. 53-38 Grandville. After one, we'll be right back here from West Ottawa.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
All right, welcome back. Fourth quarter. Nate Dreyer, GM Timmer, MGN Radio Plus Game Center coverage from West Ottawa. 53-38 Grandville. Game turned a little AAU-ish in that third quarter. A little back and forth volleyball or baseball passes all over the floor. And Grandville will get the ball to start the final frame, and Grandville will bring their lineup that started the second half out to start this final quarter of play as Carter Wade throws it all the way down low to Hybor, who's all alone. He gets heavily fouled on both arms by Ben Beetham, and that will send Hybor to the line. It's Wade and DeYoung in the backcourt, Hybor on the wing, Neves on the wing, and Regneris inside for the Grandville attack.
Another fantastic find from Wade there through the pressure. All the way across the floor, about halfway down, able to find Hybor in the middle of the lane.
Foul 2 on Ben Beetham. Kind of a quieter game for Colin Hybor, but not kind of his game. With his size on the wing, normally a good shooter and a slower offense. I think it's the kind of night as he misses the second where you're going to see a guy like Carter Wade wind up rising to the forefront more with the depth that Grandville has in a faster game. Trailer, free throw line, defended by Regneris, kicks up top for Vellinga. Vellinga spins into the paint, hangs in the air, right-hand floater strong, rebound down to Knapp, poked away from Knapp and stolen by Carter Wade, the freshman, throws over the timeline to Regneris. Regneris stops back to Wade, left wing, defended by C.J. Trailer, sophomore for the Panthers. Left block, Regneris turns the back, jump pass, extra feed, right wing, catch and shoot 3, Neves, off the left side of the rim, no, chasing to the rebound, Wade tries to save it, just unable to do so. The effort play, Panthers take it with 7:17 in the ballgame.
The Bulldogs have been able to beat that pressure, even though they don't make the shot. You like to see the ball movement, initially able to get up the floor, swing it around there, get it to the corner, extra pass to Neves, misses the shot, but you're still getting a high-quality look out of one of your better three-point shooters.
Home whites for the Panthers, traveling maroons for the Bulldogs. Left wing, Ben Beetham, defended by the lanky Colin Hybor. Drives, left-hand shot, high off the window, good, and a foul. Tough finish there from Ben Beetham to get the lead down to 14. First foul on Hybor. Beetham, 2 in white. Offsets the right foot just in front of the left, like his brother. Right hand free throw, good. Beetham able to complete the three-point play. 54-41, first minute, just about gone in the fourth quarter. Panthers show some token pressure. The pull off. Here comes Carter Wade with the basketball. Stutter step over the timeline. He's got the handles, that's for sure. Low dribbles here from Wade, top of the key. Crowding him is Knapp defensively. Wade will back it out, trying to set things up here slowly offensively. Spinning, driving, Euroing. Off the window, good. That might have been a travel. They'll count it. Wade with 12.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to dump that one off a couple different times. Nice move, though, to get himself there. It did look like an extra step, potentially, as he was going.
There's a travel, bounding into the lane, C.J. Traylor. The NBA heads would call that a gather step.
Yes.
That's the LeBron James rule.
Then you can do whatever you want.
Then you can do whatever you want. 6.5, fourth quarter, 56-41. And we've reached blowout stage of our commentary where it turns into old man basketball takes. Left corner, Neves with space. Passes out of a three with a late arriving defender. Tic-tac-toe, down low, all alone. Two-hand jam, Cam Regnerus. Nice find from Wade.
Neves, it was just an emergency throw back out to Wade as he was going to try to shoot the three. Late close out there. He felt like that was going to get blocked and just had to throw it away, but opens up a wide open shot and a dunk for Regnerus.
DeYoung, high bore, feeding Neves, all alone, rises, jams with two hands. It's a dunk show now for the Bulldogs. 60-41, 5:50 to go. Campos turning into a triple. Tough one off the right side of the rim. Misses. Board to DeYoung, weaving through the defense for Regnerus. Up top, Highbore, toes the line, launches a three. Left side of the rim, no. Put back Regnerus, no. Poked on and run on by Campos. Jump pass over the timeline, John Beetham. Beetham stops free throw line. Left corner for Ben, triple try. Front of the rim, no good. Board down to Wade. He will slow it down. Left to right over the timeline, 5:20 in the fourth.
We'll see if the Bulldogs are going to, now in the final 5 minutes, try to slow things up a little bit on the offensive end. They've got some open dunks out of it, but at this point in the game, going to try to eat some clock.
Pass down low to Regnerus, blocked away. Stolen by Carter Wade on the pass up the floor. Takes it to the basket and scores. He has 14.
Carter Wade's been making a lot of those effort plays now throughout the course of this game. A bunch of times. Looks like any other time, a bunch of guys going back down the floor. Carter Wade's still in there trying to poke it free.
Free throw line floater. C.J. Traylor is pure. Nice touch on the teardrop. Timeout on the floor from Coach Riddell. We'll stay with you through the timeout. 14 points off the bench for Carter Wade. Leads Grandville in scoring. You know, we said at the start of the year, the thing about this Grandville team, we know they have the length, they have the size, they can do a lot of things. What they're looking for is a point guard. And this freshman transfer appears to be their point guard. When the game gets fast, when the game gets out of control, when the game gets where we thought Grandville would struggle, he seems to find a different level in his game. He's done that tonight.
Yeah, I think he's been somewhat of the missing piece that I think the Bulldogs, you know, Young has done a tremendous job early on in the season and being the point guard and helped this offense out. And I think what's really cool to see tonight is Young playing pretty well off the ball. He's got double digits. He's got 10 points as well. So I think that combination of guys has played really well in a night when Highbore's been a little bit off shooting the basketball. You can sustain that because you've got the rotation and the depth of guys that you can rotate in.
If Jackson DeYoung can turn into a true 3-and-D threat for Grandville, which I think is where he's most comfortable, that's exactly where they want him to be. And he's excelling again tonight in that role. Wade, 15 points against Grand Blanc, 14 tonight, and Wade will get it in the backcourt, sprinting up the left side of the floor, over the timeline to Vanderhart. Stops, handoff, Wade, run into by Traylor. Second foul on the Panthers in the quarter, 4:42 in the ballgame, 62-43 Grandville. Bulldogs are looking at 8-1 in a 6-game win streak. They play tomorrow, back-to-back. We'll talk coming up plenty about that, but a tough back-to-back because they got to go to Rockford tomorrow. Left corner, Wade triggers a three. That one swatted away with a late arriving pressure from Reynolds. John Beetham spinning over the timeline for West Ottawa to the top of the key. Cut off the free throw line by DeYoung. Turns the head, drives to the basket. Right-hand shot, swatted, but a foul. And that will send John Beetham back to the stripe. He's got 13 to lead the Panthers in scoring. Can actually become the game's leading scorer at the stripe here again. Beetham, right foot just offset in front of the left. Right hand in front of the face. Free throw right down the hatch and good. Postma checks in for DeYoung. Maybe the end of the night for DeYoung. Really good work from the Bulldogs senior. 10 points. One more for Beetham. Got that one. Beetham able to hit them both. He's got 15. He leads all scorers in this game. Panthers will swap things out. Trailer goes to the bench. Cameron Sanders, the senior combo guard, checks in. Regneris is fouled as they throw it to Cam on the inbound by Reynolds. Impounded to Regneris, hassled from behind again by Garrett. He'll throw it on to Wade. Wade over the timeline to a sprinting Corbin Heckman. Curls off at the elbow. Up top for Wade. Wade, ball fake. Drives down the right side, stops in the wing. Kicks up top for Cam Regneris. Regneris between the legs, spins, free throw line, stops, works the pivot. Up top, Vanderhart hesitates, into the lane, floater. Blocked by Reynolds, running with Ben Beetham. Up the left side of the floor, Beetham. Left corner to his brother, John. Triple try, good. Good sequence from West Ottawa, and a good 18 points now for John Beetham in this one.
Beetham having a really strong second half, scoring the basketball really good there in the third quarter. Now a couple shots here in the fourth as well.
62-48 game. Wade over the timeline, trying to find Regneris, stolen by Reynolds. Reynolds pass down the floor, too hot to handle at the free throw line for Sanders. Out of his reach, rolls out of bounds along the end line. Grandville will take it. Panthers again will set up the full court pressure in a 62-48 game. They've closed the gap a little bit down the stretch with some of the different lineups and chaos out there. Here's Cam Regneris, near side of the floor, left to right, over the timeline. Jump past Vanderhart, down low, Postma, all alone, power dribble, right-hand shot, off the window and good. 64-48.
Panthers really turning up the intensity. The Bulldogs finally able to break it, get the ball up the floor, and an open layup for Postma.
Beetham, pull-up shot, 18 feet, good. John Beetham is feeling it. He's got 20. That's a tough contested jumper from about 18 feet.
And as this game has gone along, the Panthers have not been afraid to turn this into an absolute track meet, and Beetham has been the primary ball handler, the slasher and scorer for them in the second half.
Wade, no-look pass. Regneris gave a shoulder, finishes with a right hand in tight for Cam Regneris. Timeout on the floor from Coach Young and the Bulldogs. That's his first timeout called in the ball game. 66-50. Grandville will step aside. Be right back.
Hearing experts sell and service several brands of hearing aids. Are you having trouble having a conversation or unable to hear the latest play of the game? We perform comprehensive hearing exams and use real ear measurements to ensure optimal functioning hearing aids for your unique needs. Our highly trained doctors of audiology are dedicated to helping you reconnect with your world. Visit MichiganHearingExperts.com to find a location near you and take the first step towards better hearing with Michigan Hearing Experts.
All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, MGN Radio Plus coverage from West Ottawa. West Ottawa girls won big to open the night. Grandville boys winning big right now, 16-point lead with 3 minutes to go. West Ottawa's up the pace on this game. They've gotten Grandville kind of out of what we thought was the comfort zone for the Bulldogs, but Carter Wade has come off the bench. The freshman guard helped lead a high-flying Grandville attack to a near 20-point lead right now.
Yeah, it's been impressive from the Bulldogs, been able to navigate their way through some of the pressure and aggressiveness that the Panthers have thrown at them. They had it up to right around 20, and the Panthers have been able to chip away at that a little bit, go back and forth, down 16 now here, but the Panthers really going up tempo, throwing everything at the Bulldogs, and right now Grandville have been able to keep up.
Dogs 4 scores in double digits, all 4 of those guys on the bench and likely done for the evening out of this timeout. Ben Beetham stolen away by Boston Postma. Postma running behind the defense. Reverse layup with some late pressure from Reynolds. Falls short. Panthers run it out the other way with Vellinga. Handoff. Beetham, 25-foot three. Front rim, no off the catch and shoot. John Beetham chases down the board. Got it to his brother. Swung up top to Reynolds. Left wing Vellinga. Quick trigger triple. Back rim, no. Rebound. Down to Vanderhart and the Bulldogs with 2:25. Throws it over the timeline to Postma. Poked and stolen by the Panthers. Vellinga toes the line. Left wing three. Low driver. Splash for Vellinga. He's got 11.
Vellinga was the Panthers' leading scorer at halftime. Hadn't scored here in the second half, but there in transition, able to get the three.
Inbound stolen, John Beetham. Nice find on to Reynolds. He'll take it to the corner. Back to Beetham. Triple try from John. Misses everything short. Board to Sorokin. Sorokin up the middle of the floor, beating the pressure. No-look feed. Right corner, Postma with space. Triple try. Got it. Rattles it down. 69-53 Grandville. Boston Postma with 5. Ben Beetham. Right elbow, gives it to his brother, right wing. Up top for Vellinga. Vellinga Extends the arm, drives down the left side, stops free throw line, right wing, Ben, up fake, drives on Vanderhart, spinning, floater, good. Nice shot making in the lane there from Ben Beetham. Timeout from Coach Riddell. We'll stay with you through the quick 30-second timeout. 90 seconds exactly on the clock as we play this one out. And like I said, let's turn our attention to tomorrow, because tomorrow we will be at Zeeland West for a triple header, girls, and then the unified game, and then the boys game. But Grandville has to go for a doubleheader at Rockford. Brock Conkle and the Michigan Sports Radio crew there will have the coverage. But, you know, for Grandville, the worst case about this game is you have to play tomorrow, and you've played in your biggest track meet of the season. I mean, not to build in excuses for them tomorrow as they play their arch rival, but certainly that's going to be a factor tomorrow.
Yeah, you'd have to think so. I think a very quick turnaround, especially, as you said, after a game where the Panthers really been pushing them up and down the floor, even though the Bulldogs have had a lead here for most of the second half. It's been a lot of effort up and down the floor and a lot of energy burnt. So I think we'll see the Bulldogs been able to go pretty deep into their bench here, try to get some guys rested up, and then, of course, the rivalry game tomorrow going to be a big one and a real challenge. They've had a couple games here in the OK Red, been able to handle business, and now you get your first real test in a rivalry game on a Thursday night.
I'm almost a little surprised Grandville, maybe, I don't know, there's weather too involved, but that Grandville didn't think about, like, hey, maybe let's make this game Saturday, since we already are in a unique position not many teams are having to do, of playing on Wednesday night as well before having to play tomorrow on Thursday. Left wing, Xander Sorokin driving, and he's grabbed and fouled by Ben Beetham, fourth on the team on the Panthers with 1:20 to go in the ball game. So Grandville is going to go to 8-1 on the year. They'll go 2-0 in the OK Red, and the Prove It game really coming tomorrow. You know, with all of that stacked up, if they find a way to go into Rockford, win that game, I mean, after the Grand Blanc Prove It game and all the other Prove It games they've had, I mean, you think our hype machine was up already about this team? Get ready if they beat Rockford tomorrow. Vanderhart lobbing Postma right wing. Down low, entry pass with the post fronted to Heckman. Got the ball, gathers, two-hand shot, rattles out. Rebound, Landon Terry. Left wing, Vanderhart, triple try, right down the hatch. Grandville to 72.
I really like the post up from Heckman, initially able to get him the basketball, just a little bit strong, but then off the offensive rebound, kept their composure, eventually worked around Vanderhart.
Beetham bounding into the lane is fouled. We're still calling those with 54 seconds on the clock. That's the first foul on Vanderhart. Third on the team. Panthers make a couple subs. Sanders and Dorian Rodriguez check in. Grandville goes deep in the bench. Here comes Ethan Shealy and Alex Perry. Page got some good play Friday night against Jennison as well. And Grandville winning their OK Red games by like an average of 25, nearly 30 points right now between both of them. Inbound, down low to Sanders. Hook shot over top of the Bulldog defender is high off the window, no good. Board down to Postma. Postma poked into in the backcourt by Reynolds. He'll take it over the timeline now. Postma lost it, gathers, gave it to Perry all alone. Two-hand layup, no good, falls short to the crowd in front of us on the Grandville side. Dismay. Fight for the rebound, out of bounds. Does Grandville keep it here? They do along the baseline. 37 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Perry to throw in. Left corner to Perry was the one that saved me, by the way, when I said Michigan by 10 when you made me predict that game.
Hey, look at that. It worked out.
It did work out. Just wanted to get that in on the air quick. Clutching shot, Sorokin. That one misses everything short. Michigan also killed Nick Saban. Those are your takeaways from the night along with the blowout basketball games we had.
We've gotten to our football coverage part of the night.
72-55 Grandville. Final 25 seconds. Drive to the basket, right-hand shot, no good. It's 21 out there. I think this is an underclassman call-up that's not on our roster for the Panthers. He will go to the line for two. Because without fail, if there's someone that doesn't have a name on a roster, they go to the line at some point in time in the game. First one, no good at the stripe. .8 on the clock. Second free throw, low driver, does a 360, falls, 72-56. Sorokin, left side of the floor, defended by C.J. Traylor. Final 11 seconds. Sorokin, across the floor, he's set to dribble it out. He'll stop up, lob it for Postma. That'll do it. 72-56, dominant second half for Grandville. It really started after a tied first quarter. The Bulldogs turned on the Jets in the second quarter, and Grandville cruises to go 2-0 in OK Red play to start the year. They win this one. They earn a split of the evening. We transition to our Centennial Securities post-game show. CT, your first thoughts?
Yeah, I think some adjustments made early on by the Bulldogs after being uncomfortable in the first quarter. The Panthers attack, keeping them off balance a little bit and speeding them up. But the adjustments made and some personnel on the rotation, able to figure things out and then dominate the final 3 quarters and come away with a comfortable win.
All right, let's step aside, come right back here. We'll have stats, we'll have some awards, and much more. We'll break it down. Grandville goes to 8-1 on the year. West Ottawa falls to 3-7. The Bulldogs 2-0 in the red. West Ottawa 0-2 in the OK Red.
The 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas, the point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Hey everyone, Nate from Michigan Game Night. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the MGN shop. You can find it through MichiganGameNight.com or the Michigan Game Night page on Michigan Sports Radio. Click on the Buy MGN Merch button or tab on either page and find your way on over. You can check out a store that has hats, beanies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, water bottles, and everything in between, from just simple MGN logo designs to playoff featured designs, designs with famous calls and moments from MGN, and much, much more. Make sure you check out the MGN shop through MichiganGameNight.com or MichiganSportsRadio.com/MGN.
Can you identify your number 1 personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Welcome back, everyone. Centennial Securities post-game show. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, split on the evening. West Ottawa girls win big, and then Grandville boys win big, 72-56, the final in this one. CT, let's start off with your scoring recap. Grandville puts 4 players in double digits.
All right, we'll start with the Panthers. John Beetham had 20 points. He led all scorers. Vellinga had 11. Ben Beetham had 7. And Campos, Sitterlet, Barons had 3. Reynolds, Garrett's, Honeycutt, and Trailer with 2 points. For the Bulldogs, a bunch of scores in double digits. Yep. Regneris and Wade both with 14. Neves had 12. DeYoung with 10. And Postma had 5. Hybor with 6. Connolly and Heckman both with 4. And, Vanderhart had 6. Hybor with 3.
A lot of scores for Grandville. And, you know, I mean, for Colin Hybor to kind of be held quieter outside of his style of game, it just shows to how much things rolling for Grandville tonight. Let's do some awards. Let's start with the Farmers Insurance play of the game. We have a trio of them, and we'll go to highlights. We start in the first half with the Neves dunk, and then a couple more that we'll follow that up with. All alone, drives the basket, jams it, and one. He's fouled through the dunk. Caden Neves finishing strong with the right hand, has a chance for one more.
Back-to-back possessions, very similar attack from Neves and the Bulldogs.
And then Carter Wade certainly in the second half took off. He was a big part of really all of the highlights coming from the second half. Takes left corner, Neves with space, passes out of a 3 with a late arriving defender. Tic-tac-toe, down low, all alone, 2-hand jam, Cam Regneris. Nice find from Wade. And one last look at one last of our 3 Farmers Insurance play of the games.
A little bit on the offensive end. They've got some open dunks out of it, but at this point in the game and to try to eat some clock.
Pass down low to Regneris, blocked away, stolen by Carter Wade on the pass up the floor, takes it to the basket and scores. He has 14. All right, Farmers Insurance play of the game. Look back, listen back at all those. Centennial Securities winning game plan. I think Coach Young deciding to up the minutes for Carter Wade when the game turned into a track meet, and then just kind of let's lean into it. Let's play their style. Let's run back and forth. Let's show that we can run that style too. Certainly worked out for Grandville tonight.
Yeah, it sure did. I think as soon as he came in, things settled down a little bit. Another ball handler in there that showed some tremendous vision up the floor, able to dish out some assists, scored as well, had 14 points, and then the rotation and the chemistry along with that. Young stepping up, making some shots in there as well. But I think inserting Wade into the lineup, the big change.
Rainbow Grill in Grandville is open from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Saturday. You get half a sandwich and a side for $9.09 from 11 to 2 daily. And it's Wet Burrito Wednesdays from 11 to 2 p.m. They present our Player of the Game award, Carter Wade. 14 points off the bench. Cam Regneris matched him in scoring, but Wade ran the offense. He made it work with the style they played tonight. It was a special night off the bench, that young man, and he's going to keep getting more and more minutes if the freshman keeps getting – as he gets comfortable, if he keeps playing that way, look out.
Yeah, I think, you just see the maturity pretty early on for a freshman against some pressure. A game where the tempo was really turned up and they were really trying to speed him up. He stayed calm, able to keep his eyes up the floor while handling basketball very effectively. Had tremendous passes up and down the floor. The shooting had a couple threes in there as well, able to drive. The effort plays. See him chasing down some rebounds, poking the basketball free, creating some turnovers. So a little bit of everything, but a tremendous game off the bench for Carter Wade.
All right, let's wrap it up. Tomorrow, we're back at it. Not Friday, tomorrow. A lot of games really across the area. More and more are getting moved up to Thursday instead of being played on Friday, including both Grandville and where MGN is going to be. Grandville at Rockford, boys, girls doubleheader. Brock Conkle has the coverage. Grandville girls have to bounce back from seeing maybe the best player in the state tonight to seeing the best team by a long shot in the state. Rockford just beat an unbeaten top 5 ranked Grand Haven team by like 15, 20 points last time out on Tuesday. It certainly feels like the Rockford girls are ready to go to another state championship this year. And then it's the rivalry, Grandville-Rockford. Brock Conkle will have the coverage on Michigan Sports Radio tomorrow. We will be at Zeeland, the Bird Bowl on the hardwood. 5 o'clock on the air early again with the Zeeland East to Zeeland West girls game. Then the unified game, always fun. We'll have kind of some fun coverage of that. And then the boys game, a big matchup, two teams that don't like each other for sure. They play clashing styles. I think it'll be a fast, fun game like what we saw here tonight based on what we have seen out of those teams. Actually, I don't know if you're going to be there tomorrow just because of schedules, and obviously we got moved up. Give me kind of your thoughts on that boys game, Zeeland East versus Zeeland West. Zeeland West, of course, the favorite, but East 2-0, playing better in the conference season. We know the speed they play at. Risden versus Aldrich, a heck of a matchup. Give us kind of some of your thoughts that maybe you won't be able to give tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a tremendous game. Hoping to be there, we'll see. But I think, you've got the big names, Aldrich, Risden in there. Of course, those guys going head-to-head. But you've got some tremendous players around them as well. I think you look at some of the energy that'll be in that. Of course, the rivalry in Zeeland between those two schools, even though that's kind of the same school at times. But I think,
it is.
It's still fun to see that rivalry and get to see it up close. We've got a chance to cover both those teams earlier in the season, and so to see them now go head-to-head, I think be a really good matchup.
Yeah, so we'll have video coverage, kind of huddle coverage, same way that we had that Zeeland holiday tournament. It'll be the pretty much exact same look, so I think that was pretty decent coverage. We'll have that back, and like I said, Grandville-Rockford video with Brock Conkle as well. So make sure you check out Michigan Sports Radio where you need to be tomorrow, and keep an eye out for team social media and whatever based on these games moving and shifting, and we'll try to stay on top of that as much as possible. East Kentwood, Hudsonville will be on Michigan Sports Radio. That's obviously huge on the boys and the girls side, but especially the boys side. So make sure to check that out. Split tonight. West Ottawa girls win big. Grandville boys win big as they go to 8-1 on the year. For Chandler Timmer, for everyone at MichiganSportsRadio.com, I am Nate Dreyer signing off. We'll see you next time. We'll see you tomorrow night, 5 o'clock. Quick turnaround, less than 24 hours. We'll see you right back here on Game Night.